Rivalry week in El Paso, Texas. Just 40 miles of highway separates UTEP and New Mexico State. It's the 102nd edition of the Battle of I-10. Andy Morgan alongside the former UCLA Bruin Ed Stansberry. Paige Wood will be joining us from the sidelines here momentarily. And Ed, you have two programs here that certainly do not like each other. They've been meeting on the football field since 1914, and even though the season hasn't exactly gone to plan for either of these programs, you win this game and all sins are forgiven.
The gloves always come off in a rivalry game like this, but for me it's pretty simple, Andy. Quarterback poise is the story today. If Adam DeMonte gets his shot for NMSU, it'll be his first FBS start, and the game has to slow down for him immediately. On the flip side, UTEP's defense is going to try to do the exact opposite, speed him up, bring pressure, and make him uncomfortable from the opening snap. Yeah,
UTEP, one of the best defenses in the country, getting off the field on third downs. However, their offense, one of the worst in the country in converting third downs. They need to be more efficient offensively, the Miners do, especially early on in this game.
It's an absolute must for the Miners. They need to establish rhythm early. This means leaning on the run game, using quick throws, and taking some of the pressure off of Skylar Locklear. Those first two series are going to tell us a lot about how this matchup is going to unfold.
Yeah, you can throw the records out when it comes to this matchup for both of these programs. Of course, for more on this matchup, this will actually be the last Battle of I-10 we see for the foreseeable future. We'll get to that, but for more on this matchup, let's send it to our third member of the broadcast team in Paige Wood.
Thanks, guys. The 102nd battle of the I-10 matchup here, and both teams seem so excited to get it going. The stadium's energy has just completely shifted. You can hear it, you can see it, and you can most definitely feel it. Now, both teams face a challenge of balancing the rivalry's deep emotion, but with the strategic play needed to win. Now, New Mexico State has had a rough stretch, but they're really loaded and fired up with players like TK King and some tough defenders who know how to shift the momentum. And I asked head coach Scotty Walden, what do you think about your team? He told me pride and persistence. And with 26 UTEP seniors taking the home field for the last time, they're hungry for it. And now today, can they turn that emotion into execution and win the battle of I-10? Andy?
Paige, thank you very much. A beautiful day here in the Sun Bowl. I would say a little bit windy for anyone's liking, especially these two offenses. 63 degrees, winds blowing. A little bit swirling here in the Sun Bowl, but for the most part, what we can tell, south to north at around 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. UTEP won the toss. They elected the second half, so you got New Mexico State will start out with the signs pointing to Adam DeMonte making his first collegiate start here for New Mexico State.
Yeah, Adam DeMonte really did a deep dive into him over the week, Andy, and this guy can really throw it. He adds a mobile aspect to the position for NMSU, so I'm excited to see him out there.
Of course, started his career at Northern Arizona, also played at Arizona, making his first start here for the Aggies is what all signs point to. I mentioned the wind. That kickoff goes through the back of the end zone. That is the direction the wind is blowing, although we've seen the wind kind of switch directions a few different times since we've been up here in the broadcast booth. But once again, you got New Mexico State coming out on offense, and there you see him, number 14, Adam DeMonte, 6'2", 195-pound redshirt sophomore out of Gilbert, Arizona. It'll be him taking the snaps. Logan Fife, who of course have been the starter for the season for the Aggies, he's been banged up, and it is unclear whether or not he is available in this one, but we have been told Parker Awad, who played in this rivalry game last year, will be the backup for the Aggies in this football game. They're going to start out with the run game here, and able to pick up a couple yards there. So New Mexico State's getting the run game going early here with DeJohn Stanley.
Yeah, I really like the play call here, especially with Adam getting his first start, first handoff to DeJohn Stanley. Nice, easy, move get the positive yards going into second down.
Able to pick up actually 5 on that play, so it sets up 2nd and 5. There's the motion. The give goes again to Stanley. He's met in the backfield by Jaden Wilson, breaks that tackle. Katie Johnson able to chase him out of bounds. That is going to be a loss of a couple there on the play, and it's going to set up a 3rd down. Jaden Wilson came flying to the football here.
Yeah, Jaden Wilson gets this play started, and then Katie Johnson does an excellent job getting through the line of scrimmage, forcing him lateral for a no gain.
Ended up losing, it looks like, at least one on that play. So 3rd and a short 6, long 5 here. And gonna see DeMonte put the ball in the air for the first time in this game, looking, he's got time, but nobody open. Here comes the pressure, able to elude the rush, then taking a shot down the field, and he's got the completion. The completion and the first down. That completion going to Gavin Harris, and a new set of downs for the New Mexico State Aggies, and that was all DeMonte.
This is an excellent job of showing why he's a dual threat quarterback, buying himself time, finding the baller on the team, the tight end, big Gavin Harris.
First down and 10, gonna throw it again and dump it off in the flat, and able to pick up 7 on the play with Stanley. That almost looked like, even like a design the play, he looked like he was gonna check that one down the whole way.
Yeah, really like what Coach Sanchez and David Yost, offensive coordinator, are doing here, giving DeMonte easily manageable short yardage passes to get the ball moving and get this drive going.
Picked up 7 on the play, and that snap goes over the head of DeMonte. You have a whistle. It looks like you got a flag down as well. So this is going to be a pre-snap penalty, a break there for the Aggies. We'll check the penalty. Actually, a false start, so probably the first.
False start. Offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
You know, that's a penalty that Tony Sanchez, head coach of the Aggies, he's going to take that every time, considering where the snap ended up on that one. It's a 5-yard penalty there for the Aggies.
Yeah, they really dodged a bullet there.
DeMonte just not even looking for the ball there.
Okay.
Snap looked like it came early from Santos Valdez.
Yeah.
Got a run here for the Aggies, and that is going to be a no gain on the play. Mike Davey in on the tackle for the Miners, one of the best in coming up with tackles in the entire country, leading Conference USA in tackles.
Yeah, he's a national leader. He's a ball hawk, plays sideline to sideline. He is one of the relentless leaders Scotty Walden talks about and is so high on this Miner defense.
Davey actually leads the entire country in solo tackles. So 3rd and 6, another opportunity here for DeMonte and the Aggies. Miners rush 3, DeMonte gonna be pressured and he'll go down. Sacked on the play, big loss as the Miners come up with the 3rd down stop that they were looking for.
Yeah, this is Elijah Baldwin, number 32. UTEP brings pressure. Baldwin does a great job escaping his block, getting to DeMonte. Excellent Orange Swarm defense there, making a play for the Miners.
Miners able to get pressure, just rushing 3 on that play. And they get the Aggies off the field on a 3rd down. Remember, Miners one of the best in the country in doing so. Punt is away. You're gonna get kick-catch interference on this. Miners will let it roll down to the 2-yard line, but you're gonna get a 15-yard penalty, a personal foul here on New Mexico State. Just didn't give the return man enough space on this one.
Yeah, that's something that a mental error. You can't have these type of mistakes, especially in a rivalry game like this. You cannot have any contact with the returner, and that's an easy flag
Kick-catch interference
for the officials.
Kicking team, number 1, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, UTEP, timeout on the field.
That is a spot foul, so that'll get marked all the way up at the Miner 34-yard line. And when we return, Skylar Locklear and this UTEP offense will get their first crack at it early on here in the Battle of I-10. This right here looks like a conflicted, nope, maybe not conflicted, a UTEP fan from New Mexico. You have a lot of those when it comes to this rivalry. Of course, mentioned it off the top of the broadcast, just 40 miles of Interstate 10 separates these two schools here in the borderland region. A lot of families divided, a lot of workplaces divided in this rivalry. It's certainly one of the most storied rivalries in the entire country. Miners, their first possession here on offense, and they're going to start out early on with the run, and a physical run at that. Ashton Emery putting his head down, and that is a pickup of 8 on the play.
I've really enjoyed watching Ashton Emery and the physical runner he's become throughout the year, but that's how you set the tone on offense.
Good physical run from Emery. Second down, play action. Here come the Aggies on the blitz. Locklear is going to roll out, and he's just going to have to get rid of this one. Incomplete pass. It looks like a delayed blitz there from New Mexico State, and the pressure forced Locklear out of the pocket, which most times he's dangerous from, but this time Aggies making sure they contain him.
Yeah, I like the decision to get the ball away and not throw the ball downfield. Scotty Walden made it clear we cannot turn the ball over today. Skylar Locklear using his head, just getting rid of the ball, moving on to next down.
Yeah, the Aggies actually, they rank 4th in the nation in turnovers forced. Something to keep an eye on. One of the best in the country at taking the football away. 3rd and 2, here goes Ashton Emery, and he's got nothing but green field in front of him. He's gonna get chased down in the 5, down to the 2. You're gonna get a horse collar tackle, but a massive gain there for Ashton Emery, who took off, pickup of 56 yards on the play, and the Miners are knocking on the door.
Give it up for the big guys up front, leading the way for Ashton Emery. Andy, I could have run through that hole. This is a great job of him getting downfield inside the goal line, ready to put some points on the board. That's how you execute, and that is a great job of setting the tone with physical run play. We talked about it in the open, Andy.
You see the horse collar tackle there. That's called on Stilton McKelvey, who did a great job of actually chasing down Emery to prevent that from being a touchdown. But nonetheless, it results in a 56-yard pickup. And now you got the Miners knocking on the door from the 1-yard line. I'll give you 2 guesses where this play call is going. I think they're going to give it to Ashton Emery to finish the job here. Let's see. Bunch set, give goes to Emery. Emery, once again, he is stonewalled here, though, at the goal line, and pushed back, so it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 1. Good looking play there from that front 7 of New Mexico State.
Yeah, that defensive front has played strong this year, led by 96 Cole Schneckgetty, the big man, 6'2", 300 pounds, anchoring that defensive front.
So now you have a 2nd and goal, and the Miners bring in all the big boys for this one. It's going to be their version of the tush push here. Locklear, the snap goes up over the top. He does lose the football, but I think he was across the goal line. He was. That is a touchdown for UTEP. Skylar Locklear calling his own number. And off the big run from Ashton Emery, UTEP strikes first.
The ruling on the field is the ball carrier extended the ball across the goal line prior to it coming loose. Touchdown.
There you see the touchdown call is confirmed. Skylar Locklear, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. On for the extra point is Carlos Arreola. Snap is good, hold is down, nearly blocked there, but Miners avoid that, and it's up and good. UTEP out to an early 7-0 lead. They go 65 yards on their opening drive, capped off by a 56-yard run by Ashton Emery.
USA Volleyball Championship is headed to Miami, November 21st through the 23rd, hosted by FIU.
Oh my goodness! Jumping out of the gym. She can't be stopped.
The top 8 teams in CUSA will battle it out for the conference crown and a spot in the NCAA tournament. Big plays, big energy, and a weekend full of volleyball in the 305. For full championship details, visit conferenceusa.com.
Audi El Paso introduces Acceleride. Buy, sell, and trade your vehicle anytime, any place, all at your pace. Audi El Paso's Acceleride is the easy, safe, and secure way to buy, sell, and trade your vehicle without ever leaving your home. Acceleride is designed with transparency and convenience. Take the anxiety out of the process and let us deliver your vehicle to your door. Acceleride. Buy, sell, be happy. Shop online now at AudiElPaso.com.
Mountain Star Roofing is a proud sponsor of UTEP Athletics. Trusted as one of El Paso's leading roofing companies, we deliver top-tier solutions for commercial buildings. From TPO, EPDM, and metal roofing systems to leak detection, preventive maintenance, and emergency repairs, we've got your business covered. Call 915-881-4446. From rooftop to bleachers, Mountain Star Roofing supports UTEP Athletics with pride.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Opening drive goes 65 yards, and Skylar Locklear up and over the top for his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Ed, what is this package called again? I know it's over 3,000 pounds on the field there for the Miners.
It's the Mijo package, named after UTEP alumni and current NFL offensive lineman Will Hernandez. 3,000 pounds of beef.
Certainly was a difference there. He didn't even need the push on the other end. Locklear elects to go up and over the top, and that is exactly what you needed if you were UTEP. Was an early drive that resulted in early points. They get just that as the kickoff goes out of the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the New Mexico State Aggies and Adam DeMonte will come out for their second crack at it. Saw DeMonte do some good things on that opening drive, but a drive that ultimately stalled. You had Elijah Baldwin coming up with a huge 3rd down stop, a sack. See what the offense decides to do here. Puts it up in the air. DeMonte had his man, but overshot him. Was looking for Gavin Harris on the play and just overshot him. A little bit of nerves here making his first start for the Aggies.
Yeah, he has had some playing time this year, 147 yards, no touchdown tosses, 1 interception. Look, he's still young, first college start. Look for him to find his rhythm here in this early half.
He overthrows, I should not say overthrow, put too much steam behind that pass. It goes off his intended receiver, and it is intercepted by the Miners. Solo Barnes coming up with the interception, and the Miners defense comes up with another stop, this time a takeaway from the Aggies.
Yeah, unfortunate for DeMonte here, just a 5-yard hitch right in front of him. He guns it, tip ball, Solo Barnes right in place to get the Oski interception and give the ball back to Skylar Locklear in this Miner offense.
Did he put too much on this? This was P.J. Johnson, or is that on Johnson? It looked like he put some extra steam behind that from a close distance and resulted in kind of the deflection there. So Miners will get the football now on the 30-yard line of New Mexico State, and once again it is Ashton Emery. He's got another hole, and he takes it the distance, 30 yards for the UTEP touchdown. Everything going right for the Miners. They take the interception from DeMonte and turn it into 6. Ashton Emery getting in the end zone for the touchdown.
Andy, we said it, the gloves come off in a rivalry game, but the cast stays on for Ashton Emery. That is an explosive run. Scotty Walden talked about they needed to have big, explosive, game-changing plays. That's 2 drives and 2 explosive runs by Ashton Emery.
PAT is up and good from Areola, so the UTEP Miners starting off this game just about as good as you could. They have a takeaway in this game and 14 early points, and it has all been led by Ashton Emery. Of course, the big 56-yard run on the opening drive that led to a 1-yard sneak from Skylar Locklear, and then off the interception from Solo Barnes. He goes 30 yards. And I'll tell you what, this UTEP offensive line, of course, led by the 5th-year senior Ivan Escobar, playing his last game here at the Sun Bowl. Man, they are doing work up front right now.
They are, and Ivan Escobar, this game means so much more for him. The intensity he showed this week, according to Scotty Walden, started his college football career at New Mexico State, transfers to UTEP, a senior tonight. He's just playing out of his cleats and setting the tone on that offensive line for Ashton Emery.
Yeah, you want to talk about setting a tone. First of all, UTEP has 14 points on just 6 plays. Ashton Emery, 4 carries, 94 yards, and that touchdown. We talked about UTEP needing to be more efficient in their offensive scheme early on. They have certainly done just that to open up this football game, but still a lot of game left. And if you're head coach Tony Sanchez and the Aggies, got to get something going here offensively now with a new quarterback in Adam DeMonte. Here comes the pressure from UTEP. Get it out on the screen pass, and that's not going to be much. Maybe a couple on the play. Getting it, maybe one of those high completion percentage passes, trying to get DeMonte in a little bit more of a rhythm here.
Yeah, you know, coming off of that interception, you want to keep it nice, easy, high percentage throws. Nice and simple bubble screen out to the flat, going into the 2nd down.
Gonna do what looked like almost the same exact play on the screen pass, and gonna get close to the 1st down marker is Fapel, Donovan Fapel on the reception. And it's gonna set up a 3rd, we'll call it a long 1 here for the Aggies.
Really pay attention to this Miner defense in the secondary, knowing DeMonte is in his 1st start. Let's see if they bring pressure, change coverages on the young quarterback.
That is TK King in motion. Keep an eye on him. It's a give this time around. That's going to be a 1st down for New Mexico State. Talked with offensive coordinator David Yost. Of course, spent a lot of time, of course, at Texas Tech, Oregon, Washington State, among places. This high up-tempo offense, and talked a lot about 3rd downs and facing this UTEP defense, who's been one of the best in the country in getting off the field on 3rd downs. He says they want to be right around 50% in their conversion rate. They're right around 40%. There's a good-looking run there. Give them 8 on the play. That was Callaway on the carry. But those 3rd and 1, 3rd and short opportunities, he says they need to be up near 80, 90%, able to convert that last one.
Yeah, that was a good job by NMSU moving the ball, and Yost has completely changed you know, the look of this offense. It's that air raid with you know, the ability to run. You know, the run game hasn't been what it needed to be, but today they're setting out, as you see there, trying to establish the run against the Miner defense.
That was Callaway again, and able to come up with the 1st down. Of course, Callaway transferred over from Cal. New Mexico State's done an incredible job of recruiting. In talking with head coach Tony Sanchez, the big thing for them has been retention. Of course, NIL has become a big part of college athletics, and certainly has been a big reason why, as you get ball on the ground, DeMonte isn't able to handle the snap, and UTEP is on it. Is that KD Johnson? UTEP coming up with the turnover. How about that? Their 2nd of the game. That was actually Shaquan Bowser coming away with the recovery on that one. KD Johnson right there just in case.
Yeah, it looks like it was a sprint out to the right, and the snap was left of DeMonte and slips right through his hands. Missed opportunity for the NMSU offense. Unfortunate for the young quarterback, but a huge, huge takeaway for the Miner defense.
I tell you what, this could not have been a more disastrous start to this 102nd meeting in the Battle of I-10 for New Mexico State, and quite the contrary for UTEP. This is exactly the start that they drew up if you're head coach Scotty Walden. Play action here from Locklear, going to take a shot down the field. Got a man is Odom and just overshot him. Miners going for the home run ball there. And I'll tell you this much, the wind has picked up and it's blowing in that direction. And Paige, is that affecting things and maybe some play calling down there?
Yeah, guys, the wind is absolutely ripping down here on the field. It's cutting across the stadium, and it's already affecting the ball in the air. And I think that both quarterbacks are having to drive their throws a little bit lower, and the kicking game is a whole different challenge. The wind is going to be a real factor in how this game is played.
Paige, thank you. Certainly something to keep an eye on. Miners decided to go back to the run. Emery on the carry. Emery already at 99 yards in this first quarter. You have 3rd and 5 here. Miners are going to elect to run it with Emery. Breaks a tackle, and here we go. He's out across the 30. He's got first down yardage. Ashton Emery, I'll tell you what, that time looked like he was met in the backfield, able to break a tackle, keep his legs moving. No, really just a great job of just navigating his blocks.
Yeah, that was a good kick-out block there by the Miners, and Ashton Emery getting to the second level fairly easily. Credit goes to this UTEP Miners offensive line.
Locklear, play action, looking deep for the end zone, got a man, and it is caught! Wandame Davis, 28 yards from Skylar Locklear, and the floodgates have opened up here at the Sun Bowl. Miners, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Wandame Davis, 3rd nationally in yards per catch. That's in all of FBS, 22.1 yards. Great job running his route to the corner, and a beautiful dot by Skylar Locklear for the touchdown.
PAT is up and good. So UTEP, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Their defense is coming away with 2 turnovers in this fourth quarter. Everything going right for the Miners. They lead it 21-0. We talked about the Miners trying to be more efficient on offense. How's this for efficiency? 10 plays, 21 points.
It doesn't get any better than that, Andy. You know, the number one note I took away from our meeting with Scotty Walden yesterday was he wanted to start fast. He changed the entire schedule this week in practice. With that in mind, we have to start fast. We have to start right now. That is exactly what the Miners have done so far in this game.
How about the play of Ashton Emery, too? 6 carries, 107 yards. And to be completely honest with you, I don't think he's even really being touched the first 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, he's running hard, but it's all because of this offensive line. Coach Stanchek, offensive line coach for the Miners, has really had these guys dialed in. Ivan Escobar, James Williams, Mark Robinson, Joseph Immediato, and Jake Utley are blocking their tails off.
Gonna have to get a hold here on the kickoff. Paige mentioned those gusts. They're picking up. That'll go through the back of the end zone, I think, or is that going to be? It is a touchback. I was wondering if that necessarily angled out of bounds, because that would have been
Ruling on the field is a touchback.
Good field position for the Aggies, but it is a touchback. And the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. And if you're New Mexico State here, you're a little shell-shocked. They just got to get something going positively. Certainly got to avoid the turnovers, which has plagued them so far in this first quarter, as DeMonte gets the completion there. Not much on the pickup. P.J. Johnson on the reception, give him a couple.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what Coach Sanchez, what offensive coordinator David Yost will have dialed up. You know, everything we've seen so far in this first quarter have been, you know, short throws, lateral throws, not really going downfield, vertical.
The give this time, I think that's Stanley into the game for the Aggies, and he'll get a couple more. It'll be 3rd and 5 for New Mexico State. This is one of those key downs that we've talked about so far in this broadcast. You got 3rd down and medium, 3rd and 5. UTEP one of the best at getting off the field on 3rd downs. You got 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Motion. DeMonte looking across the middle, got the completion, I believe, or did he lose it? Is this going to be an interception? Let's see what they rule. They're going to rule this a catch. Man, that was almost disasters again, as Brody Malone Bradford
ruling on the field is a catch by the offense. Good for a first down.
For New Mexico State, but nearly had that ball taken away.
Yeah, it was almost like a 50-50 ball that they both caught at the same time.
There you get another screen pass as the Aggies hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Want to make sure that maybe you don't take a second look at that one, as Malone Bradford once again on the reception. Give them a gain of 5 on the play.
Watch out for number 12, TK King, the fastest player this UTEP Miner defense has scouted. Look for him to get down deep.
Once again, Malone Bradford on the reception, able to get away from 1 tackle, but then is brought down on the play. A combination of Jaden Wilson and Micah Davey, 2 of the best linebackers on this UTEP defense. And another 3rd down. This will be 3rd and 4. New Mexico State able to come up with the 3rd down conversion last time.
Look for pressure for the Miners here.
Two wide receivers set for New Mexico State. DeMonte has the snap. The give is to Callaway, and Callaway's met at the line of scrimmage by a host of UTEP defenders. Make that Stanley on the carry, nowhere to go for the Aggies, and they're going to have to bring out the punting unit. Interesting call there. On 3rd and 4, decide to go with the run, only then to bring out the punting unit.
Right, and this is, you just mentioned it, Andy, the linebacker play of the Miners with Davey and Wilson has been tremendous. Jaden Wilson has played he's been an absolute dog at linebacker for the Miners.
They go with the fake here. They go with the fake in the end around, now throwing it back across the field. It's completed. That is Malone Bradford on the reception, and a little trickery from New Mexico State. And that is a new fresh set of downs, pickup of 22 on the play. We talked about this in our meetings with both coaching staffs, Ed. When it comes to trick plays, when it comes to things you've been hiding up your sleeve throughout the entire season, this is the game where everything is in play here. They pull out the fake punt here.
Expect the unexpected in a rivalry game. This is a great job by Brody Malone Bradford, a guy that you want the ball in his hands, getting the first down off of the punt fake.
Good looking design too, it seemed like there from New Mexico State. You're gonna get a timeout here.
Timeout, New Mexico State. They're
From
first
the
of the
Aggies,
half.
but
This will be a
nonetheless,
30-second timeout.
A big fourth down conversion for NMSU, and maybe that explains the third down play call and bring out the punting unit, but plan on go for in that the whole way.
Yeah, well, you know, all the boxes are checked for the part of the field that they were on, and I really like it. It showed run to the perimeter first, and then turned into an end-around pass to Brody Malone Bradford for the first down. Executed pretty well for their NMSU. They need any type of momentum they can get being down 21-0.
So a new set of downs here. 1st and 10 for the Aggies. DeMonte has the snap, the give on the play. Couple there for New Mexico State on that first down. That was actually Isaiah Rudison on the carry, an El Paso native, played his high school football at nearby El Dorado High School in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, good-looking running back. Had a touchdown in last week's game versus Tennessee at Tennessee. 5'11", 220 pounds.
Definitely a downhill runner, and trying to go downhill on that carry, and he is met by a host of UTEP defenders. KD Johnson and company, Ashton Coker in on that stop for the Miners.
KD Johnson is one of those seniors, 26 seniors here for senior day for the UTEP Miners, but he's been a vocal leader this entire week for the not just the defense, for the entire Miner team.
3rd and 7, that is King in motion for the Aggies. Snap, and the completion goes to Rudison, and Rudison's got some room to work, able to slip out across the 10-yard line. It is a first down for New Mexico State, and once again, a great play design there by David Yost in this offense. Got the defense going one way with the motion of TK King, and they get it to Rudison the other way.
Yeah, another high percentage throw for Adam DeMonte, looking left, and then dumps it off to Rudison for the gain. Perfectly executed.
It now becomes, Aggies can't get a first down here as Rudison on the carry is going to get a pickup of 3. So 1st and 10 on that play from about the 10.5-yard line. They can get a first down if they get it down inside the 1. And that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter, and it was all UTEP. 2 takeaways, 3 touchdowns.
That's the end of the first quarter.
They're out to an early 21-0 lead with New Mexico State driving themselves. Andy Morgan, Ed Stansberry, Paige Wood here with you from Sun Bowl Stadium. After one quarter of play, UTEP up 21-0 with New Mexico State driving. Get all the ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. New Mexico State able to convert a fake punt on this drive that went for 23 yards, and that has set them up here on the doorstep. Got to come away with 7 points on this drive. It's a 2nd and 7 here. The throw, and that is completed for the New Mexico State touchdown. Donovan Fapel from Adam DeMonte, and the Aggies are on the scoreboard.
This is what you want to see from Adam DeMonte here on the goal line, standing and delivering a strike to Fapel. Nice, easy slant, pitch and catch right on the face mask. Exactly how it's done all week in practice.
Man, New Mexico State needed that in the worst way. A great play call on the fake punt as the PAT is up and good from David Barker. And the Aggies cracked the scoreboard down, now just by 14. And for DeMonte, first collegiate touchdown pass for the sophomore out of Gilbert, Arizona. You always remember your first and maybe always the most difficult to get, and maybe that will spark this Aggies offense. And now, if you're the Aggies, you got to find a way to get a stop on defense, and not just get a stop on defense. They got to do something to slow down this ground game for the Miners.
Yeah, and it's not far-fetched. This NMSU defense, you know, top in the country for takeaways. You know, I think I counted 7 different guys have interceptions. A host of defenders have fumble recoveries. So look for this defense to really be active and really get to that complementary football that Tony Sanchez likes.
Remember, wind is blowing in this direction. Somehow the football looks like it's going to stay teed up, as that kickoff is actually going to be returnable here for the Miners. It is taken right at the goal line, taken across the 20-yard line. That's where UTEP will start out with the football. Nick Henry on the return there. Taking a shot, taking it out of the end zone. Could have been a touchback. You start out with the ball at the 25. Elects to return it. Miners will start out with it instead from their own 22-yard line. Into the game at running back here for the Miners, you got Elijah McCoy. This is a true freshman out of Midland, Texas. See what he can do as he motions. Locklear gonna hand it back off inside to McCoy. McCoy's got running room, breaks the tackle, pushes his way forward. Give him 12 on the play and a UTEP first down. And it doesn't matter who's running the football right now for the Miners. They're picking up big yardage.
Yeah, this is a great looking run by McCoy, putting his foot in the ground, getting north and south, getting through that traffic for the defense on the gain. Excellent run by the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, Josh Schutz on the kickout block too. He's done well catching the football this year for the Miners and shown he can do it in the blocking game too. 1st and 10. Once again, McCoy on the carry, bounces it out right side and able to get close to the first down marker. I believe he's going to be about a yard short of the first down, so a pickup of 9 for McCoy.
I like the vision on that run from McCoy. He almost wanted to take it upfield, but bounced it out side to the boundary at the perfect time. Great vision shown by McCoy.
So 2nd and 1 here for the Miners. Quick screen to Odom. Odom's got the reception, and he's going to be right at the stick. I believe they're going to give him the first down. They are. So first down there for Kenny Odom on the reception, his first of the game, and a new set of downs for the Miners.
Scotty Walden loves his high-tempo offense. UTEP currently ranks top 20 in pace of play. Let's see how the tempo changes in this drive.
This is Locklear, play action, now going to step up in the pocket, and a really good job there from the New Mexico State defense collapsing on him. That was Brad Vislicel able to collapse that pocket as Locklear wanted to take it upfield, and Vislicel able to deny that, just a gain of 1 on the play. Miners back out on the line of scrimmage quickly. 2 tight ends set, make that 3 tight ends into the game for the Miners. They give to McCoy, and McCoy's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for the true freshman on that play.
That looks like that was Vislicel back in there in the backfield disrupting. But this defense needs to make something happen for the Aggies to stop the momentum of UTEP.
This is a big 3rd down here. Aggies elect to bring pressure. Locklear hit as he throw down the field to Odom, and Odom can't hang on. Coming over and making a play on that football. Really good job there by Armand Hale, coming over from his safety position, making a play on Odom, and the Miners are going to be forced to punt this one away.
I tell you what, there was a trio of defenders in that secondary. Skylar Locklear puts it on the mark, just not able to bring it down was Odom, but that was a great shot by Skylar Locklear.
Armand Hale, 5th-year senior at Akron, Ohio, making a play on that football. Otherwise, I think Odom comes down with that. Good looking punt here. King's going to let it go, and it bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New Mexico State will have the football from their own 20-yard line when we return. Under 12 minutes to play here in the opening half. UTEP up 21-7.
Timeout on the field.
At UTEP, everyone has the opportunity for an incredible future. With 170-degree programs, unparalleled research opportunities, exceptional affordability, and abundant scholarships, UTEP students are ready to take on the world and achieve their dreams. Enroll today and pick your future at UTEP.
Mountain Star Roofing is a proud sponsor of UTEP Athletics. As one of El Paso's top roofing companies, we specialize in protecting your home from the top down. From leak detection and prevention to preventive maintenance, our team handles it all. We offer expert service, maintenance, and repairs to keep your roof in peak condition. Call 915-881-4446. From rooftop to bleachers, Mountain Star Roofing stands with UTEP.
Audi El Paso introduces Acceleride. Buy, sell, and trade your vehicle anytime, any place, all at your pace. Audi El Paso's Acceleride is the easy, safe, and secure way to buy, sell, and trade your vehicle without ever leaving your home. Acceleride is designed with transparency and convenience. Take the anxiety out of the process and let us deliver your vehicle to your door. Acceleride. Buy, sell, be happy. Shop online now at AudiElPaso.com.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Welcome back to Sun Bowl Stadium. Last home game for the Miners, and mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, what could be the last battle of I-10 this decade. Of course, UTEP is moving to the Mountain West Conference after this season, and as everyone knows watching at home, these football schedules, they are made so far out in advance now that with New Mexico State coming over to Conference USA, course, both of these football programs thought that this would be a conference game for the foreseeable future, but now with the Miners going to the Mountain West Conference and schedules really scheduled out for sure through 2027, the soonest we could see another battle of I-10, as you got the completion here from DeMonte, gets it to King. Keene is going to be tackled after a pickup of 3, with the Miners going over to the Mountain West Conference, and these schedules once again scheduled out for the next 3, 4, 5, even 10 years out. New Mexico State and UTEP both have to have this game be a non-conference game, so I've even heard stuff that you might not see another Battle of I-10 till the year 2030, which of course is disappointing for the fans. So this one means a little extra something, Ed.
Yeah, Andy, you know, this rivalry is 102nd edition today, and it's something this community, El Paso and Las Cruces, look forward to every football season. So yeah, the players are out there, they know that, and you know, even for Tony Sanchez, who's an NMSU alum, he knows the importance of this rivalry game.
A 3rd and 1, DeMonte is going to sneak it forward. It's close. I think he's going to have enough yardage for the first down. We talked actually with both athletic directors before this one too. Joe Fields, who of course is just 2 months into the job over at New Mexico State. Jim Center for UTEP, both head coaches talking about this rivalry, wanting to get it back on the schedule. But the biggest thing for both of these programs is it's got to make sense. Of course, you don't want to give up your FCS game. New Mexico State, they already got a schedule UNM every year, so some difficulties in scheduling it. How about the run here? This is Callaway breaking free for a pickup and a first down for New Mexico State. Able to come away with 21 yards on that play. And this is someone UTEP head coach Scotty Walden mentioned to us in our meetings with him. Callaway, he's got game.
Yeah, #1 running back coming out of Mississippi. Originally went to Alabama and has found his way to NMSU, but he can go.
Play action here for DeMonte. Good looking throw and puts that on a dart. First down yardage and then some. As New Mexico State's, they got the offense moving now.
Really love this throw by Adam DeMonte. Moving the pocket, which he does very well, throwing on the run and finding his sail route down on the sideline. Pretty ball by Adam DeMonte.
P.J. Johnson on the reception there, and the Aggies are moving. Got the ball to the 27-yard line of UTEP. Motion, now the give, and stopped in the backfield. Once again, that was Micah Davey, leads college football in solo tackles. He's got another one there.
Yeah, he's had 6 double-digit games in tackles, and that is exactly why he's so smart as a middle linebacker of this UTEP defense, and anticipating where the play is going and able to knife in and make a play just as he did there.
Callaway checks back in for New Mexico State on this 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers set to both sides of the formation. Miners rush 4. They kick it out to Callaway. Callaway's got room up the near sideline, is hit out of bounds, close to a first down, and you got some little extracurricular activity. We mentioned how these two programs don't like each other too much, and this is evidence of that.
Yeah, I believe that was number 32, Elijah Baldwin. That is a rivalry-worthy hit.
Third down.
Certainly brought the boomstick, working his leverage and using that sideline as his aid. That is a big hit up for the defense.
3rd and 2, Miners bring the blitz. The give goes to Callaway. Callaway is stopped in the backfield. Micah Davey, we've heard that name a time or two so far. Stopping Callaway, and once again we got some more changing maybe addresses for some Christmas cards later on in the holiday season. Going to be 4th and 3 now for New Mexico State, and their offense isn't coming off the field.
Yeah, take a look at the push this defensive front gets.
So here we go. Big 4th down here for New Mexico State. That is Harris in motion. DeMonte back to pass. Looking, scanning, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by Micah Davey, and the UTEP defense stands tall. You do have a penalty marker on the ground. Let's check the penalty marker as well as an injured UTEP minor. We'll see what the call is here. The interception coming there from Micah Davey from his outside linebacker spot. And that penalty marker is right around where the football was thrown. I don't know if you have a legal contactor here. Let's take a listen.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 10, defense. Penalties enforced half the distance from the previous spot. Automatic first down. After the play was over, sideline interference, UTEP. That's their warning. There is no yardage in force. First down.
Interesting where the penalty marker was, because it wasn't near the quarterback at all. Jaden Wilson is flagged for roughing the passer, and that negates the interception, and that is just disastrous.
Yeah, and he
went high on him. That's the right call.
Yeah, and he dodges a bullet there. You know, rule number 1 for a quarterback: never throw across your body.
New life here for New Mexico State. Swing pass is caught by Rudison. Rudison is met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Katie Johnson in on that tackle, as well as Micah Davey. Both of those guys kind of slow to get up. We knew this game was going to be a physical one, and it has been every bit of that so far through the first quarter and a half of football. DeMonte back to pass. Fade route to Harris. Harris comes down with it. Yes, he did. UTEP defender for a New Mexico State touchdown. And just like that, the Aggies are within 1 score. 11 yards on the connection from Adam DeMonte to Gavin Harris, who's got his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Yeah, that was a great job by Adam
on the
DeMonte,
field is a completed
really
pass for a
finding
touchdown.
his
Play is
rhythm.
under further review.
They're going to take a second look at this one to see if Harris did in fact get 1 foot down and then maintain possession. I didn't see anything that could overturn this, but we'll get another look at this. Nonetheless, New Mexico State, how about their response after being down 21-0 in that opening quarter? They're climbing their way back.
Yeah, this is just a simple fade route down the sideline. Ball is
Ooh, it's
caught.
close.
Was
for
that
sure
right foot?
For sure has possession. It's a matter of not that right foot, if that heel was touching the boundary. It was certainly close. I didn't see much space, if any. And remember, it's got to be clear and obvious to overturn it. Right foot, there it is. I think he's
After
in.
review,
I think he's
the
in.
ruling of a touchdown is upheld.
It is confirmed on the field. It is a touchdown. In fact, I almost think the left foot even got down before the right foot. And remember, you only need 1 foot in college football. Call is confirmed on the field. How about the catch from Gavin Harris? 6'3", 240-pound tight end, split out wide on that play, and he makes the touchdown grab over Justin Content at 6'1". A mismatch there on the near sideline. PAT is up and good, and just like that, this is a 7-point game. UTEP goes 21 unanswered in the first quarter, and the Aggies respond with 14 unanswered points to start this second quarter. New Mexico State responding here in the second quarter as Adam DeMonte has settled in nicely for the Aggies. A couple of touchdown throws. We got StatCast and everyone telling us something different here. We thought Gavin Harris on the touchdown reception number 2. That's what StatCast says, but we're getting word it was actually Donovan Fappel, number 5, on the touchdown reception. Nonetheless, New Mexico State, they had to have it offensively. The defense has also done a really good job in making the stops on defense needed, as this is going to be returnable here as Nick Henry on the return, and he can't even get it to the 20-yard line. Really nice job of kick coverage there for New Mexico State. They do have it corrected here on StatCast, so that touchdown pass indeed going to Donovan Fappel. For him, that's his 6th touchdown of the year, and DeMonte has his 2nd touchdown pass in this second quarter. So UTEP trying to get something going here offensively. Of course, they scored 21 points on their first 10 plays. Hit a little bit of a speed bump as Odom motions out from the backfield. Quick hitter here, gonna pick up 4 on the play. The completion there going to Jalen Brown.
Yeah, this is just a quick lateral pass. Spread the field, get it to your receiver, make a guy miss. Trying to spread the field here for this UTEP Minor offense.
This is Locklear on the keeper. He'll be close to a first down, maybe 1.5 yards short, and it'll be 3rd down for UTEP.
Remember, coming into this game, Skylar Locklear was the leading rusher for the UTEP Miners. Really haven't seen him use his legs much because Ashton Emery and those runs have been working so well. Let's see if they get back to that.
They run it on 3rd down with Emery, and he is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Ezra Christensen creating penetration and coming up with the tackle for loss himself. And it'll be 4th down for the Miners, and the offense surprisingly is staying out there right now. And now you're going to get the punting unit coming on, and this unit has to hurry up on the field with 16 on the play clock.
Grit, toughness, and accountability. That's what defensive coordinator and head coach Tony Sanchez want from their New Mexico State Aggies defense. Tremendous job on that last drive.
This is Botsford on the punt. It hits at the 40-yard line, takes an Aggie bounce, and will be down at the 42-yard line of New Mexico State. So some good field position here for the Aggies. They get the ball back with a chance to tie this one after being down 21 points.
USA Volleyball Championship is headed to Miami, November 21st through the 23rd, hosted by FIU.
Oh my goodness!
Jumping out of the gym.
She can't be stopped.
The top 8 teams in CUSA will battle it out for the conference crown and a spot in the NCAA tournament. Big plays, big energy, and a weekend full of volleyball in the 305. For full championship details, visit conferenceusa.com.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too high. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Mountain Star Roofing is a proud sponsor of UTEP Athletics. As one of El Paso's top roofing companies, we specialize in protecting your home from the top down. From leak detection and prevention to preventive maintenance, our team handles it all. We offer expert service, maintenance, and repairs to keep your roof in peak condition. Call 915-881-4446. From rooftop to bleachers, Mountain Star Roofing stands with UTEP.
Audi El Paso introduces Acceleride. Buy, sell, and trade your vehicle anytime, any place, all at your pace. Audi El Paso's Accelerite is the easy, safe, and secure way to buy, sell, and trade your vehicle without ever leaving your home. Accelerite is designed with transparency and convenience. Take the anxiety out of the process and let us deliver your vehicle to your door. Accelerite. Buy, sell, be happy. Shop online now at Audi El Paso.
Welcome back to the Sun Bowl, where momentum has shifted in the favor of New Mexico State, who have scored the last 14 points, and a chance now to tie up this football game as Adam DeMonte has settled in after 2 early turnovers. Of course, the interception, and then you had the fumbled snap. He's 15 of 17 in this game, Ed. Really efficient throwing the football. Give is to Stanley, and Stanley's got room, and he is gone! Dejon Stanley, 57 yards for the New Mexico State touchdown, and the Aggies are an extra point away from tying this game at 21. Was he even touched?
He was not touched.
Pulling that one out of the UTEP playbook, and I'll tell you what, momentum is a funny thing when it comes to the sport of football, and right now the Aggies have all of it. Barker on for the PAT, it is up and good, and just as fast as this game was 21-0 UTEP, now we're all tied at 21.
Gotta love a rivalry matchup where anything and everything can happen. What a response by Tony Sanchez and the New Mexico State Aggies.
Stanley, a 6-foot junior out of Granada Hills, California. I'll tell you what, this New Mexico State team responding. Really, any team you get down 21-0, and it's just like, especially with a new quarterback that turned over the football twice, any football team could have easily just been like, well, it's just going to be one of those days. Not the Aggies, not head coach Tony Sanchez. He expects more from his football team, and they've responded well.
And I really like that they knew they had to make an emphasis and improve on the run game today. We've seen Stanley, Callaway, and Rudison in the backfield for the Aggies in this second quarter.
Yeah, take a look at this split. New Mexico State 113 yards rushing in this game. UTEP 131 yards on the ground. Both teams running it well. Henry receives it at his own 8-yard line, has it across the 20, and is tripped up at the 24-yard line. And that is where this UTEP offense, who has sputtered here in the second quarter, will take over. Yeah, Stanley untouched into the end zone on that 57-yard touchdown run. Great blocking up front from the New Mexico State offensive line. Malik Williams, Mateo Rodriguez, Santos Valdez, BJ Tolo, Armando Nieves doing their job up front. And Stanley, the beneficiary, now 67 yards and that score on the ground.
Big boy's getting a lot of love today, Andy.
Yeah, calling out their names. Locklear, play action on this one. He's going to dump it down to Emery, and Emery is met, and he is met hard. That was Torrey Geathers on the tackle for the Aggies. It all counts the same as just one tackle, but this one was an exclamation point.
Yeah, that was a statement hit by Geathers. Who's having a breakout season, leading second in the team in tackles for this year.
Once again, Miners go play action on that play. Completion to Jalen Brown, who's going to have enough for a first down. Give him 7 on the play. Needed 7, got it. 4.5 and counting here in this opening half, and we've seen fireworks here in the 102nd edition in the Battle of I-10.
Andy, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Give that ball to Ashton Emery.
Locklear goes play action. Here comes the delayed blitz. There's the shot down the field to Davis, and Davis unable to come up with that. Once again, Locklear taking a shot down the middle of the field with a host of New Mexico State Aggies in coverage, and that one had no shot.
Yeah, this is just textbook coverage, teach tape they call it, on for the secondary for NMSU, and I believe that's
So what,
number
Wanamabe
31.
Davis actually had a step on the coverage there and just not able to lead him enough. This is a quick hitter to Odom. Odom has the completion, but he doesn't get much.
That was number 31, David Wilson, on that previous play, Andy.
And that was Nick Session coming up with a good tackle, open field tackle on Odom, just one on the play. And now it's 3rd and 9 from for the Miners on the 35-yard line. Locklear has the snap. Aggies rush 4. Locklear going to be drifting out of the pocket, has to just get this one away. Looking for an intentional grounding call. As the
There's
New
no
Mexico
foul,
State
intentional grounding. Quarterback was outside the tackle box. Ball went beyond the line of scrimmage. 4th down.
There you get the explanation from our referee. Out of the tackle box, so that's why you don't get the intentional grounding call. But nonetheless, New Mexico State, that is a 5 and out. Gave up the 1st down on a 2nd down, and then able to come up with the stop here from the UTEP 35-yard line. So for all points and purposes, New Mexico State should get good field position here. Botsford to punt it away. This is actually a really good punt to King. He's going to let that hit at the 11. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 4. Noah Botsford coming up with a special teams play, and you see it in some of these rivalry games, Ed. Sometimes the difference, it's not necessarily a play on offense or defense, it's special teams play, and Miners had a good punt there from Botsford to pin the Aggies deep. 61 yards on that punt.
Beautifully done on the punt, flipping the field for the Miners, making DeMonte go the distance to get some more points on the board before the half.
Callaway is in at running back for the Aggies. And he's going to get the carry here and push ahead for maybe one. For Callaway, that's his 7th carry of the game. He's got 39 yards on the ground. Stanley, 67 yards on the ground. And by the way, Isaiah Rudison has also carried it 3 times for 19 yards. And this passing attack has also been efficient. DeMonte, 15 of 17, 118 yards and a couple touchdown tosses. 2 receivers set to the bottom of your screen. They're going to set up the screen, it looked like there, to Harris, which this time, in fact, it is Harris. And unable to get the ball to him is DeMonte, and it is going to be 3rd down.
I really did a deep dive into Adam DeMonte, and even went as far back as his high school huddle account, just trying to check him out and see what type of passer he is, and he can make every type of throw. Throws a beautiful deep ball, can use his legs as a weapon. Let's see if they attack vertical here against this Miner defense.
3rd and 8. DeMonte has the snap. UTEP rushes 3. DeMonte scanning in his own end zone is going to get the completion, but it's going to be short of a 1st down as Micah Davey was in on that stop. The completion, I think, was to TJ Pride. Make that Kadarius Callaway on the reception. It was close to a 1st down, but it is going to be 4th down and about 2.5. The Aggie offense is still out there. I think they're going to take this down. There is a 2-second differential between the 2-minute timeout and the play clock. I think what you'll see here is the Aggies take it down to 0, call a timeout. That is what's going to happen.
Timeout, New Mexico State, their 2nd of the half. So it'll be a 30-second timeout.
So the timeout called there with 2:03. Punt it away. That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout, and the Miners are going to have an opportunity with good field possession to reclaim this lead before the end of the half. What a first half it's been.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything less from the Battle of I-10, NMSU and UTEP. This crowd is getting their money's worth.
Yeah, 21-point runs by both offenses. All UTEP in the 1st quarter, All New Mexico State in the second quarter. This is going to be a big punt here for the Aggies. Snap is good, kick is away. Receiving the punt at the 47. Good coverage here as Henry breaks a couple tackles and then is going to be taken down at the 40-yard line. It's actually going to end up being a loss on that play as Terrion Graves coming up with the stop. And that'll take us to the
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Good special teams play there by New Mexico State. Miners with a chance to reclaim the lead here at the end of the first half. All tied at 21. Welcome back to Sun Bowl Stadium, 21-all. With 1:53 to play in the second quarter. Miners an opportunity here to take the lead back after the Aggies have scored 21 unanswered. See what the Miners can do. Give is to Ashton Emery, and Emery able to push forward for a gain of 2. And the clock runs 1:40 and counting here in the opening half. Wind is really picking up here at the Sun Bowl as Locklear is going to tuck it and run, gets across midfield, and it's going to be 4 yards short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 4, 1:20 and counting. UTEP with all 3 of their timeouts. New Mexico State with the timeout themselves.
Yeah, that looked like a design quarterback lead there by Skylar Locklear.
Timeout on the field for an injury.
He does a tremendous job using his legs. You know, he's a tough quarterback. Whenever he's put in the element of having to use his legs to run the ball, and these quarterback runs is something we've seen from UTEP in this minor offense since Locklear has been the starter.
Had an official timeout, I think, for injury, and now you got a conversation going on the near sideline, the UTEP sideline, with Scotty Walden. Conversation might be whether or not this results in a timeout with under 2 minutes and an injury. See if we get an explanation.
UTEP has declined the 10-second runoff. The clock will start on the ready for play.
It's not necessarily a timeout. It's either a 10-second runoff or you start it right now. So 1:15 and counting. 3rd and 3, a big third down here. Locklear gonna get the completion. No, was looking for Jalen Brown. Brown couldn't handle it. And UTEP's gonna go 3 and out here. We'll see if they keep the offense on the field. So 4th and 3, Scotty Walden's gonna elect to go for it. Let's see if they actually go for it or maybe just try and draw New Mexico State off sides. Taking the game clock all the way down and finally
UTEP.
You're going to get a timeout called here by UTEP. They pull New Mexico State running the game clock down. Game clock is actually still running, which obviously it shouldn't be. They'll reset that. And now New Mexico State, after that stop, we'll see if they maybe take a crack at getting points.
Please reset
before the end of the first
1
half.
1 minute, 9 seconds. 1:09, please. Thank you. 4th down.
Tell you what, for a UTEP offense that put up 21 points in 10 plays in that opening quarter, it has come to a crashing halt for the Miners offense, and quite the contrary for New Mexico State's offense. Tale of 2 quarters.
Absolutely, the NMSU defense. Coach Morris wanted them to play with their hair on fire. Well, that didn't start until the 2nd quarter, but they've been dominating this 2nd quarter against this UTEP Miner offense.
Botsford to punt. Fair catch is called for, but it lands at the 4, and another great punt by Botsford is going to be down at the 1-yard line. Botsford able to put some backspin on that 8-iron shot. And it is down at the 1-yard line after a punt of 52 by Botsford. And now if you're New Mexico State, that probably changes your mindset and what you want to do here offensively. And if you're UTEP, you still got 2 timeouts remaining. It's a little bit of a chess game going on here between Tony Sanchez and Scotty Walden.
Yeah, that's 2 back-to-back punts by Noah Botsford. 6'3", 200 pounds, the 5th-year senior out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Aggies look like they're just trying to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and DeMonte sneaks forward for a pickup of 1. I think both teams are actually going to be pretty content with going into the locker room all tied up at 21, an entertaining first half of football. Now you get a whistle. And a conversation going on between our officiating crew. Stop the game clock at 36 seconds. I don't know, didn't look like either of these head coaches called a timeout. I don't know if it's because I had an eye on the play clock. The play clock was stuck at 40. Get an explanation here.
Please reset the game clock to 42 seconds and the play clock to 40 seconds. They will both start on my signal.
That's exactly what it was.
Good call, Andy.
Yeah, once again, I don't think that either of these teams are going to be calling for a timeout based on the separation here. 2-second differential, UTEP with only 2 timeouts. You do make New Mexico State have to execute another quarterback sneak here deep in their own territory, but that's about it. think you'll see the same here from DeMonte. There you see him take the snap and just go down with it, and that is how this first half will come to an end. 30 minutes played at Sun Bowl Stadium. It was a tale of 2 quarters. The Miners jumped out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter. New Mexico State coming storming back with 21 points of their own, as we are all tied at 21 in the 102nd edition in the Battle of I-10. Welcome back to Sun Bowl Stadium, where it is halftime. Battle of I-10 has been a good one, all tied at 21 in this football game, and it has been UTEP jumping out to that early 21-0 lead, and then New Mexico State scoring 21 unanswered points themselves. UTEP had the early sack from Baldwin, had a couple of takeaways, and then Ashton Emery, this man ran wild in that first quarter.
Yeah, they dominated the momentum of the game. The UTEP Miners, big offensive line, doing their job. Ashton Emery taking care of business, getting the ball downfield, and that Miner defense stepping up. Interceptions, which led to this big explosive run and touchdown by Ashton Emery.
Emery, 8 carries, 111 yards in that opening half. Skylar Locklear, 6 of 12, 46 yards and a touchdown pass. That touchdown pass going to Wandame Davis off this play action in the corner of the end zone. This made it 21-0 UTEP after 1 quarter of play. Here comes the second quarter. The second quarter, this was all Aggies, and it was finally Monte really settled in nicely. 16 of 19 in that opening quarter, 124 yards and a couple touchdown tosses.
I really like what I've seen from Adam. You know, it took him that first quarter to settle in, but that second quarter, he was throwing, sure, 16 for 19. Those are great numbers for somebody making their first college football start.
It's been a trio of backs for this Aggie offense. Stanley, Callaway, and Rudison all getting in on the action. And then the touchdown pass there, of course, going to Fapel, who actually had 2 touchdown receptions. That one over the defender. And then all of a sudden, here comes this man, Dejon Stanley, a 67-yard touchdown run. And just like that, it was 21-21 after 30 minutes of play. Both defenses standing tall, of course, in the later part of that second half, and that is where we stand right now. Some great action here from El Paso, Texas, in the 102nd edition of the Battle of I-10. Take a look at some team stats when we return. Making their way out of the locker room for this second half in the 102nd meeting between UTEP and New Mexico State. They call it the Battle of I-10. These programs, you saw instance of it in the opening half. They don't like each other. Doesn't matter what the records are, they don't like each other. They want to beat one another every single year. And with this matchup in particular, you saw UTEP jump out to that 21-0 lead. New Mexico State comes back. They score 21 points to get to the half all tied at 21. What are some second half adjustments, particularly for UTEP, who finds themselves on the opposite end of that 21-point run?
Yeah, they had the momentum early and then lost it all in that second quarter. What I'd like to see them do is come out. I said it in the first half, get back to what you were doing great, and that's running the ball with Ashton Emery.
Yeah, and for New Mexico State, they seem to have found something with Adam DeMonte. A little shaky start, but he seemed to really pick it up in that second quarter.
Yeah, he really came to his own in that second quarter. High percentage rate, I think it was like 65, 66%, but he really looks dialed in for his first time starting in college football.
Yeah, 16 of 19. That is 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, did throw the 1 interception. Fappel was big in that opening half too, had the 23-yard completion on the fake punt, also had 2 touchdown receptions as you take a look at some of the team stats. And I'll tell you what, New Mexico State, 264 yards of total offense to UTEP's 184. And for UTEP in particular, most of that came in that first quarter. New Mexico State defense led by defensive coordinator Joe Morris, certainly standing tall in that second quarter. Third downs, we told you, was going to be a really, really big stat in this game. UTEP, one of the best at getting off the field on third downs defensively. 50% conversion rate for New Mexico State, which is where offensive coordinator David Yost says that's where he wants his team at, his conversion rate, 50%. That's pretty good in the opening half. And then time of possession absolutely dominated by New Mexico State. Of course, the 2 turnovers is what really has cost the Aggies, and then the Miners coming away with 14 points off of those turnovers. The Miners will receive the second half kickoff when we return. Got second half action coming from the Battle of I-10, Sun Bowl Stadium in beautiful El Paso, Texas. Come on back with us. We are all set for second half action at Sun Bowl Stadium. Andy Morgan, Ed Stansberry, along with Paige Wood, our broadcast team here in the 102nd meeting between UTEP and New Mexico State. The Battle of I-10, one of the more storied rivalries in college football. Of course, these two teams meeting as members of Conference USA. UTEP, of course, will move to the Mountain West Conference next season, and with that comes a little bit of a scheduling lapse.
For UTEP, number 15 is now number 85. 15 is 85, UTEP.
Well, that's interesting. Number 15, I got to make a note of this. Number 15 is now 85. I believe that is Trayvon Tate. So we'll make a mental note of that and change that on our score sheet here as the kickoff is going to be fielded by Henry at his own 5. Angling right, has some running room, and then is met hard in his tracks. Nick Session. Huge hit there on Henry. We've seen a couple of those from this New Mexico State defense, and now special teams coming up with the big hits.
And you love to see all 3 facets of the game working for NMSU, offensively, defensively, and on special teams. Big hit setting the tone for the second half.
Their kick coverage has actually been really, really good in this game. Something to certainly note, as UTEP will start out with the football from their own 21-yard line. Emery's going to get the carry. Emery finds some running room and gets to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Good physical run to start this second half for the Miners. Again, getting back to that offensive line who's been doing a good job moving the line of scrimmage.
UTEP found success in that opening quarter running the football. We'll see if they get a heavy dose of Emery here in this third quarter. This time it's going to be Locklear calling his own number. He finds some running room out across the 35-yard line, and a first down for the Miners.
Yeah, great job by Skyler. Skyler, the most rushing touchdowns by a UTEP Miner quarterback in over 51 years, showing you how it's done using his legs.
Yeah, had his 8th earlier in this game. Play action this time, and going to be pressured here. I thought I saw a holding penalty. Locklear's just got to get rid of this one, and will throw it. Is that an interception, or is he out of bounds? It was close, I know that much. And we're going to get an incomplete pass called on the field. I'll tell you what, I thought I saw Ivan Escobar have a handful of jersey on the
second down
on the New Mexico State pass rush. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying that was Ezra Christensen trying to come away with the sack. Locklear, I don't know if he was trying to throw this away.
The ruling on the field of an incomplete pass is under further review.
Wow, we're going to get another look at this one. If he was throwing that away, he certainly didn't throw it away in the manner in which he needed to. And New Mexico State making a play on the football. This was really close on the far sideline. Hard to tell from our vantage point, but let's look at the replay.
So there is a receiver in the area.
Does he have control of it while that left foot is down? He might have this. I mean, it is razor close. Remember, this was called incomplete on the field. This is Stilton McClevey, who came down with the football but was ruled out of bounds. And our officiating crew taking a couple different looks at this one. I tell you what, I thought that left foot was down. We just know how hard it is to overturn plays the way they're called on the field unless it is clear and obvious. And typically, the longer an official takes a look at a play usually means you can count on a reversal, because then you got to change where the chains are on the field.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb.
And our referee taking his time on this one. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot here from the Sun Bowl. UTEP jumping out to an early 21-0 lead. New Mexico State answering back with 21 points in the second quarter. UTEP now in their first possession of this second half. Skyler Locklear was pressured on that play, getting out of the pocket, and I don't really think he was throwing that ball away. I think he tried to maybe force it in there. And New Mexico State, certainly all you fans back at home thinking McClevey has come up with an interception, and something that we have seen plenty of from this New Mexico State defense led by defensive coordinator Joe Morris. They had 2 interceptions last week, which brought the Aggies to number 4 in the nation when it comes to turnovers forced this season. They've come away with 8 fumble recoveries and 14 interceptions. We'll see if this is interception number 15 for this Aggie defensive unit. And you got the New Mexico State sideline. They are jumping up and down. UTEP's offense is coming off the field. This is going to be an interception, the 15th of the season for the Aggie defense. Stilton McClevey. There you see him on the bench. He's got the hat on.
That's incredible body control and incredible awareness by McKelvey, making this interception, not giving up on the play, and getting the ball back for his team.
Here comes the official call.
After review, it was determined the defender had a foot down inbounds with firm control, maintained possession as he went to the ground. Therefore, it is an interception, first down, New Mexico State.
Credit McKelvey with great footwork on the sideline.
But if the ball will be placed at the 41-yard line.
Skylar Locker, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was a misfire, unnecessary throw.
Probably should have been thrown away even before he actually ended up throwing it, what we thought was going to be throwing it away, and then tried to force it down the field. McKelvey coming up with the interception, and all of a sudden this Aggie offense in business from their own 41-yard line. DeMonte has the snap, and he's going to take a shot deep down the field to Fapel, and Fapel can't haul on, but he's going to get pass interference on the play. Taking a shot for Donovan Fapel. Interference will be called on this one, and it's a 15-yard penalty.
Pass interference, number 9, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's Marcel Blocker in on the coverage and flagged for the penalty. Another look at it.
Yeah, this is a great job by DeMonte, getting the ball underthrown just enough to draw the flag.
And if you're Blocker, you just got to get your head around. Got to locate the football. 15-yard penalty. Aggies now in New Mexico State territory. Fapel has the completion, short pickup of 1. DeMonte, 85% completion percentage in this football game. He has been excellent after a little bit of a shaky start that had an interception, a fumble, goes play action here, rolling to his right, trying to take a shot down the field, and is just going to have to throw it away. That is how you actually throw it away.
Yeah, that was a great job. They're running a flood concept to the boundary side of the field. You have your short, medium, and deep route. Nothing was there. Great coverage by the UTEP secondary, and he puts it in the first row of the Sun Bowl.
Third down here for the Aggies. They were 4 of 8 on third downs in the opening half. A big one here in UTEP territory. 4 wide receivers set to each side. DeMonte looking, stepping up in the pocket, has that ball batted away. It's incomplete. That was Elijah Baldwin getting his hands up to flex the pass, and it'll be 4th down.
Ruling on the field is a forward pass, incomplete, 4th down.
Yeah, Elijah Baldwin making a play, big number 32, 6'7", 230 pounds. As you see him coming down off of the edge, getting that hand up in DeMonte's face. That's a great heads-up play by Baldwin.
Even got the hand up even before DeMonte even started his throwing motion. Heads-up play for Baldwin. And now Nick Henry is back deep to receive the punt. Opportunity here for New Mexico State to pin the Miners back. Punt is away. It's going to land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Remember, that is the direction in which we're seeing most of this, the wind, the gust from the south end zone to the north end zone. And UTEP will have the football back at their own 20-yard line. 13:02 to play. We're all leaving at 21.
Mountain Star Roofing is a proud sponsor of UTEP Athletics. Trusted as one of El Paso's leading roofing companies, we deliver top-tier solutions for commercial buildings. From TPO, EPDM, and metal roofing systems to leak detection, preventive maintenance, and emergency repairs, we've got your business covered. Call 915-881-4446. From rooftop to bleachers, Mountain Star Roofing supports UTEP Athletics with pride.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too high. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Audi El Paso introduces Acceleride. Buy, sell, and trade your vehicle anytime, any place, all at your pace. Audi El Paso's Acceleride is the easy, safe, and secure way to buy, sell, and trade your vehicle without ever leaving your home. Acceleride is designed with transparency and convenience. Take the anxiety out of the process and let us deliver your vehicle to your door. Acceleride. Buy, sell, be happy. Shop online now at AudiElPaso.
The floodgates opened at the Sun Bowl for UTEP's offense in the first quarter, and they have been held in check since that moment on. New Mexico State defense is coming up with stop after stop after stop. Came away with a turnover last time out. Unfortunately for the Aggies offense, couldn't do anything with it, and now UTEP with the football back from their own 20-yard line. Miners have to find something offensively. They got to string together some first downs. Trip bunch to the far side of your screen. Locklear almost looked like he was trying to throw it on that play. Instead, keeps it for a short pickup.
That was good pursuit by the Aggie defense. Keeping Locklear contained, that was one of the things they had on their keys to victory this week, was containing Locklear, not letting him get outside, especially when plays break down.
Give here goes to Emery. That's worked pretty well for the Miners this football game, and Emery's got a pickup of 13 on the play, and it's a UTEP first down. Ashton Emery already over 100 yards for this football game. Miners quick with it, back up on the line of scrimmage, and Emery is met in the backfield. Nowhere to go as Brad Vislisell with the TFL. Loss of 2 on the play. Second and 12 now, inside 12 minutes to play in this third quarter. Motion man, Locklear, play action over the middle of the field. That is completed to Josh Schutz. 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Miners.
Yeah, I really like to see them getting back to Josh Schutz coming into this game, 15 receptions. He's had an incredible season stepping into his role.
That is Schutz now in motion from left to right. Here comes the pressure from the Aggies. Locklear has got to get rid of it. You got a penalty marker down as Locklear just gets rid of it, and I believe you're going to have a holding call here on the Miners and Locklear. Training staff over for UTEP. As they are looking, it looks like at Locklear's right leg. Scotty Walden, head coach for UTEP, now out on the field. And we've wondered about this. Of course, beginning of the season, it was Malachi Nelson starting for UTEP. Skylar Locklear taking over the starting job against
Personal foul,
Liberty.
illegal block below the waist. Number 1, offense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Instead of holding, it actually ended up being a block below the waist. That penalty will be declined. on the incomplete pass on 3rd down. And once again, New Mexico State's defense coming up with a stop. See if maybe we can, maybe the ankle for Locklear. Hard to speculate. We'll keep an eye on him on the bench. Also Paige Wood down there. See if maybe we can get an update from her. But nonetheless, Miners gonna have to punt this away with Noah Botsford.
Yeah, that was an incredible play by the safety 9, Bernakia on pressure, getting in. We know that Locklear is elusive, but to get that.
It's a short punt and it takes an Aggie bounce and it's down at the 33-yard line of New Mexico State. And that is where the Aggie offense will take over. Saw New Mexico State bringing pressure on that punt. I think it forced Botsford to try and just get it away. He's certainly been excellent, not only this season, for sure in this game as well. But the Aggies, decent field position here. Now their second opportunity of this second half, with Adam DeMonte calling out the signals. He's going to keep it. And a short pickup there for DeMonte, calling his own number. Tackle on the play by Ashad Hall.
Love the call of the RPO. Reads his key, end man on line of scrimmage. Backer comes inside, he pulls it, takes it upfield. He looks calm and poised operating this offense ever since the second quarter.
That's PJ Johnson in motion. DeMonte, Miners rush 4, gonna swing it out to his tailback. That's Callaway, and Callaway had nowhere to go. Tackled on the play by Justin Content. And now it's 3rd and long for the Aggie offense. Both of these defenses, after a shaky start for the New Mexico State defense, they've responded in the last 2 quarters, and the Miners defense so far in this 3rd quarter coming up big. They need a 3rd down stop here. Setting up the screen passes, New Mexico State, and some room to run is Johnson. Johnson has the 1st down and then some, close to midfield, and a New Mexico State 1st down.
Yeah, this is a great execution of a lightning screen. Throw it to the perimeter. Look at everybody get downfield, getting their blocks, enough for the 1st down. Perfectly executed by the Aggies.
Great play call there from the Aggie coaching staff, going with a screen pass on 3rd and 9. Get the 1st down. DeMonte, play action, wanted to take a shot down the field. Look out from behind, ball is loose. And I think New Mexico State is back on it. KD Johnson coming all the way around with a sack there. 3.5 sacks on the season now for KD Johnson. Gets credit with that one.
Yeah, that is great pressure on DeMonte, and DeMonte feeling a little too comfortable in the pocket. Your internal clock has to set off, and you got to be able to pull this thing down and run and avoid taking the sack. But great job by the Miner defense getting into the backfield.
Heads up play too from the New Mexico State offensive line, getting on that football. Near disaster there for the Aggies. Miners rush 4, throw there from DeMonte, has got Fapel on the completion, and it's another 1st down for New Mexico State. A pickup of 24 on the play. Good looking throw there from DeMonte over the, looked like what, cover 2 on that play, dropped that right in.
Yeah, this is a nice hole shot. He's running a little rail route. He has to get this ball in before the safety can get over the top of it, and he executed that perfectly.
Right over the top too of the UTEP defender. 1st down and 10 for the Aggies. They'll run it, give them a couple.
Offensive coordinator Coach Yost talked to us about some of the things he liked about Adam DeMonte, and he loves his ability, his quick release, getting the ball out quick, as we've seen so many times already in this game.
That's King in motion. The give goes to Callaway. Callaway will push forward for a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the New Mexico State offense. That is a name we haven't called much today. TK King, he's a playmaker for this New Mexico State offense. Miners have done a really good job of keeping him in check. Instead, it's been Donovan Fapel who has done most of the damage in this passing attack. 6 receptions, 52 yards, couple scores for Fapel. Miners rush 3 on this 3rd down. There's Fapel again, and he's got first down yardage for the Aggies.
Mr. Do It Everything. If you need a catch, Fapel is the guy that will get it done from you. This is a nice pitch and catch from DeMonte. Simple little slant route, throws it in a tight window for the completion.
Really good throw considering the Miners dropped 8 into coverage. They opened up the umbrella and DeMonte able to find the open receiver. And a first down here for the Aggies. 1st and 10. DeMonte has the snap, looking, still looking. Now going to take a shot down to the back of the end zone, nearly intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. That was Justin Content in coverage for the Miners.
Yeah, great coverage by Content. Adam DeMonte looking and scanning, trying to find that, but he was covered. That was an ill-advised throw there. Luckily, to walk away with that one without the pick.
2nd and 10 now for the Aggies. This is Harris in motion. The give's going to go to Callaway. Callaway cuts it upfield and is going to get a pickup of 3 yards. It'll be now 3rd and 7 for the New Mexico State offense, who has been excellent on 3rd downs today. 6 of 11 for the Aggies, above that 50% threshold that offensive coordinator David Yost wants to see out of his offense. This is a big one as the Aggies are now in the red zone.
Look for UTEP to drop 8 in coverage again, showing 3 high safety look.
DeMonte looking, flushed. He's going to call his own number now. He's got first down yardage. He'll run out of bounds inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. You do have a penalty marker down on the field. Let's take a look at that.
Holding, number 76, offense, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Holding is the call on the right tackle. That's Armando Nieves. And it'll back the Aggies up 10 yards. There you see it right there. On none other than K.D. Johnson. Tough break there for the Aggies. Looked like they had a 1st and goal from the 4. Now they're faced with 3rd and 18 from the UTEP 29-yard line. Let's see if maybe they just try and get half of this back. Set them up with a field goal opportunity. DeMonte gonna swing it out, and it's actually tipped on the play by Baldwin. Baldwin from his defensive end position around the edge gets his hands up. It's incomplete. You have some more chit-chat going on the UTEP bench and a New Mexico State Aggie. It's 4th down, and they're gonna send on the kicking unit.
Elijah Baldwin using that big arm, that big frame, that wingspan, 6'7", with the quick release, getting his hands up in the air. Great play.
This is gonna be a 46-yard try by David Barker. True freshman from Australia. Snap is down, kick is up. Bangerang. David Barker from deep, just his 2nd opportunity on the season. And he puts it through the uprights, and New Mexico State back out in front. They're actually their first lead of the league, 24-21.
Yeah, we saw Skylar Locklear come off. It appeared to be a lower body injury, but I think what it appears to be is just a cramp. He was getting some Theragun, a little bit of stretching, and he was passing the ball back and forth a little bit more, so I think we can expect to see him back in. Andy?
Paige, thank you. Good news for this UTEP team. As you see next to Locklear, Malachi Nelson, I mentioned, started the season for the Miners, and if the name sounds familiar, of course, #1 recruit coming out of high school just a few years ago. Started his collegiate career behind Caleb Williams at USC, transferred to Boise State last year before becoming a Miner, and just hasn't gone according to plan for Malachi Nelson, as this is going to be returned by Henry. And once again, Henry's got nowhere to go on the return. This kick coverage team for the Aggies has been excellent today, and this time they're going to have the Miners pinned back inside their 20-yard line.
Yeah, the special teams unit has done a tremendous job. You can see the guys staying in their lanes, getting downfield, and Henry has nowhere to go.
It is Skylar Locklear back out onto the field, so good news for UTEP, but you wonder, of course, Locklear, half of his game is on the ground and using his legs to create plays, something to keep an eye on through the rest of this football game, as Emery misdirections, got some running room. He's out across the 35-yard line, up to the 40-yard line, and a good-looking play there from Ashton Emery, who just continues to do big things on the ground. Pickup of 23 yards and a UTEP first down. Miners back onto the field on the line of scrimmage, and man, I'll tell you what, that play, Skylar Locklear wanted to keep it. I don't know if he wanted to give it. Emery now slow to get up. He's grabbing, you see the cast on his left arm.
Timeout on the field for an injury to the offense.
This could be something for UTEP now. Looked like it was a read option play that Locklear just taking his time, whether he was going to give it or keep it. Emery ends up getting the carry and now slow to get up for UTEP. Emery has been excellent today. 13 carries, 150 yards, and a touchdown. Emery is up on his feet, though. Scotty Walden's out there making sure he's okay. Maybe just a stinger on that cast.
And he's had that soft cast. He's played with that most of the season and has done a tremendous job in having a, you said it already, Andy, having a great day today on the ground.
Of course, you're wondering with that soft cast, yeah, he doesn't catch the football much, but 13 carries here today, already at 150 yards for the game. Inside 4.5 minutes to play, third quarter. UTEP on the move here. Locklear has the snap on 2nd and 10, looking, going to be flushed out, and is going to have to get this one away. And I thought another opportunity there, Ed, this New Mexico State defense, these edge rushers, really doing a good job of keeping Locklear from getting outside the pocket. I thought an opportunity there for Locklear where he could have stepped up.
Yeah, that is all, coaching discipline by this Aggie defense. Again, they want to keep Skylar between the tackles and not break containment. Doing a good job there.
Aggies showing pressure here on a 3rd down and 10. Just taking their first lead of this football game, 24-21. And here comes the pressure, the give, and some running room close to a first down. It's going to be close. That was Hassan Wilson on the carry, his first of the football game, and that's going to be enough for a UTEP first down on 3rd and 10. Wilson able to pick up 10.
Next man mentality, get the rock and go.
And here on first down, Locklear is going to be dumped. Nowhere to go with the football as the rush was closing in. And a sack here for the New Mexico State defense. That was Tuitama.
Tavili Tuitama getting in the mix for this Aggie defense.
Loss of 7. Wilson the carry, and he is once again stopped in the backfield, and it's Tuitama once again for the New Mexico State defense, having himself a third quarter here.
Yeah, 6'2", 306 pounds, the redshirt junior from Mapusanga, American Samoa. Chee-hoo!
This is 3rd and forever for the UTEP offense. All the way back now on their own 40-yard line. After getting it close to midfield, Locklear back to pass. Aggies rush 3, getting pressure. Locklear now is going to tuck it and run. He's across the 45, breaks a tackle across midfield, inside the 40-yard line, and Skylar Locklear, I don't think the leg is bothering him much after that. How about Locklear picking up 21 yards, needed 18, and he gets the first down.
What an athletic, incredible play by Skylar Locklear, using his legs and the balance and the vision to make a guy miss and keep going down the field. Skylar Locklear showing us why he came into this game as the leading rusher.
The give here to Emery back in the game. He's got some running room across the 30-yard line, breaking a tackle near sideline, now trying to cut it back inside the 10. And Ashton Emery back into the game, showing us the arm's not bothering him much. 29 yards on that pickup, and the Miners are knocking on the door.
Scotty Walden talked about persistence is this team's superpower, and they are just going and not giving up. The effort from both sides of these teams is really showing.
This is a goal-to-go situation from the 9. The give goes to Emery. Emery able to push forward for a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. This is a big sequence here for the Miners and the Aggies both. Locklear gonna call his own number on the QB power, and he gets across the 5-yard line down to the 4. And now it'll be 3rd and goal from the Aggie 4-yard line. This is a big play here, Ed.
Yeah, I was looking to see if they were going to have their Miho package personnel, but it looks like they're going 22 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. No running backs.
Emery lined up actually in the slot. He'll motion back into the backfield. They'll fake it to him, gets it to Odom on the screen, and Odom has nowhere to go. Tracking down that play was Zayden Davis, the freshman from Las Cruces, New Mexico, Centennial High School grad, coming up with a big stop there on Kenny Odom.
It doesn't get any bigger than that for Zayden Davis. Excellent job reading his keys, eyes to the football, making that tackle.
And the Miners are going to send out the kicking unit. This is Tanner Cragen. This will be a chip shot to tie this game at 24. Did he sneak that in the right upright? Just barely. As UTEP putting together a pretty good drive there, but unable to come away with 6 points, 11 plays, 79 yards. The game-tying field goal, we're even at 24.
Timeout on the field.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Mountain Star Roofing is a proud sponsor of UTEP Athletics. As one of El Paso's top roofing companies, we specialize in protecting your home from the top down. From leak detection and prevention to preventive maintenance, our team handles it all. We offer expert service, maintenance, and repairs to keep your roof in peak condition. Call 915-881-4446. From rooftop to bleachers, Mountain Star Roofing stands with UTEP.
Audi El Paso introduces Acceleride. Buy, sell, and trade your vehicle anytime, any place, all at your pace. Audi El Paso's Acceleride is the easy, safe, and secure way to buy, sell, and trade your vehicle without ever leaving your home. Acceleride is designed with transparency and convenience. Take the anxiety out of the process and let us deliver your vehicle to your door. Acceleride. Buy, sell, be happy. Shop online now at Audi El Paso.
Miners able to sustain their first drive in 2+ quarters on that last possession. Strung together some first downs, ran the football really, really well with Skylar Locklear and Ashton Emery. Unfortunately for the Miners, couldn't do anything with it inside the 10-yard line and had to settle for a 22-yard chip shot field goal to tie this game at 24. And now this is a situation where UTEP is going to be kicking into the wind. So this might be our first look at possibly a TK King return for the Aggies. It's Tanner Cragen to kick it. We'll see if he can get it out of the back of the end zone. King's going to let it go. It lands about halfway into the end zone. Fortunately for the Miners, they've been trying to keep it away from King today and successfully doing just that in the kicking game. So out comes this New Mexico State offense, who also had to settle for 3 points their last time out. This will be what is likely to be the last play of the third quarter. DeMonte will hand it off. And that is how this third quarter comes to an end after fireworks in the opening two quarters.
The end of the third
Both
quarter.
defenses standing tall, allowing 3 points each. As we go to the fourth quarter, all tied at 24. We are in for a great finish here at Sun Bowl Stadium in the 102nd edition in the Battle of I-10. Official attendance announced here at Sun Bowl Stadium, 16,667 making their way to the Sun Bowl for what will be the final meeting in the Battle of I-10 series for what we think is at least 3 or 4 years, if not the last meeting between these two programs this decade. Heard UTEP head coach Scotty Walden say it earlier in the week. This is a trophy game. A lot on the line here for both of these programs, including bragging rights for both of these fan bases, as DeMonte, in the face of the sun, able to complete that to King. For King, that is his second grab of this football game, and it's good enough for a new set of downs.
Yeah, I like the accuracy there by Adam DeMonte, hitting King outside shoulder away from the DB for the easy completion.
Stanley in the backfield. Give will go to him. Able to break out of a tackle and is going to get 9 on the play. That play looked like it was stopped for maybe just 1 or 2, and Dejon Stanley gets 9 yards on that carry.
Yeah, it looks like defensive tackle Katie Johnson gets into Stanley and is engaged, but doesn't finish and wrap up, allowing Stanley to break loose.
Almost looked like he was trying to tackle the football. Stanley doing a nice job hanging on to the football, gets 9. DeMonte is going to take a shot down the field. That's going to be a miscommunication between him and his intended target on the play, Malone Bradford. And now it'll be 3rd and 1. I like that play call, though, on a 2nd and short, taking a shot down the field, because now you come back here on 3rd down, and a down and distance here, you should convert 80–90% of the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
King in motion. DeMonte will give it to Stanley, and Stanley's got 1st down yardage. You got a Aggie slow to get up. That is the left tackle, Malik Williams. Is on his feet. Looks like he'll be okay. As New Mexico State is approaching midfield. All tied at 24 in this 4th quarter. DeMonte across the right side of that UTEP defense, looking for TK King. Unable to come up with a grab. It'll be 2nd down.
I love the Aggies trying to get the ball into TK King's hands. This is an explosive player, probably the fastest guy on the field, 4'2", 4'3", 40 speed. Look for DeMonte to keep feeding him this 4th quarter.
That's King in motion, bottom of your screen. The give will go to Rudison. Rudison bounces it outside. He's got running room out across midfield, out across the 40. Here goes Isaiah Rudison inside the 20-yard line. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Mark him out of bounds at the UTEP 17-yard line. And the El Paso native, Isaiah Rudison, rumbling and stumbling for 37 yards and an Aggie 1st down.
Yeah, this is a good-looking run by Rudison, making guys miss in the backfield, doing what he did at El Dorado High School here for the Aggies. Big explosive play for NMSU.
You had Cole Gustafson, who was slow to get up for the Minor defense, defensive tackle, coming off the field as the Aggies are in business here, back in the red zone. A place where they have been efficient in this football game. 3 receivers, right side of the formation. You got a whistle now and a flag. Another pre-snap penalty here coming on New Mexico State.
False start, number 78, offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Malik Williams flagged for the false start. Much to the dismay of head coach Tony Sanchez. Not what you want when you're rolling on offense, get inside the red zone, and now You're back to the 22-yard line, a 1st and 15 as the give goes to Callaway. Callaway is going to get a short gain there. Miners defense coming up with a nice 1st down stop. That was Echo Taylor on the tackle.
Callaway, a 4-star running back out of high school in Mississippi. Really like what NMSU's shown with the 3 running back rotation today.
They have ran it efficiently, 160 yards on the ground officially for the Aggie offense. Play action here. DeMonte thought about throwing it. Instead is going to step up in the pocket. And I think you're going to get maybe a face mask here on the UTEP defense. Flag was thrown in the direction of DeMonte, the runner.
Personal foul, face mask, number 92, defense. Penalty is enforced, half the distance to the goal line, automatic 1st down.
Easy call there. Tyler Scott flagged for the penalty, and now a UTEP penalty. Really, really costing the Miners here.
Yeah, that one hurts. That one hurts there.
This is going to be a 1st and goal situation, ball right at the 10. So the Aggies, it's a touchdown. No 1st down can be had here as pressure up the middle on DeMonte, and DeMonte goes down. Ashad Hall is going to get credit with the sack. You saw Hall come straight up the middle with penetration, and DeMonte trying to spin out of it. Just looked like he lost his footing at the end of this play.
Yeah, he came right through that A-gap to disrupt DeMonte and knock him to his feet. Ashad Hall, that's what they needed coming off of that penalty.
Certainly. Now you're 1st and goal from the 21-yard line. DeMonte looking to the end zone, thrown across the middle of the field, and a good-looking catch and throw. Completion there going to the freshman, Brody Malone Bradford. And now you're back to nearly where you started. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the UTEP 7-yard line here.
Brody Malone Bradford, big target, running a crossing route over the middle, 6'5", 205 pounds. That's a big target for DeMonte to find.
This is the biggest play of the game right now. 3rd and goal from the UTEP 7. UTEP shows pressure. DeMonte throwing it up top, back of the end zone. Some contact there, no call. Malone Bradford wanted the penalty flag, didn't get it, as the UTEP defense able to get a 3rd down stop. A stop they absolutely had to have, as that was Dante Thompson in on coverage for the Miners, and New Mexico State's going to have to settle once again for a field goal. Once again, this will be Barker, another chip shot. This will be from 25 yards out, and it is straight through the middle of the uprights. And New Mexico State back out on top by 3.
Timeout on the field.
A 12-play, 67-yard drive and another 3 points for the Aggies. They lead it 27-24.
At UTEP, everyone has the opportunity for an incredible future. With 170-degree programs, unparalleled research opportunities, exceptional affordability, and abundant scholarships, UTEP students are ready to take on the world and achieve their dreams. Enroll today and pick your future at UTEP.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Audi El Paso introduces Acceleride. Buy, sell, and trade your vehicle anytime, any place, all at your pace. Audi El Paso's Accelerite is the easy, safe, and secure way to buy, sell, and trade your vehicle without ever leaving your home. Accelerite is designed with transparency and convenience. Take the anxiety out of the process and let us deliver your vehicle to your door. Accelerite. Buy, sell, be happy. Shop online now at AudiElPaso.com.
Mountain Star Roofing is a proud sponsor of UTEP Athletics. As one of El Paso's top roofing companies, we specialize in protecting your home from the top down. From leak detection and prevention to preventive maintenance, our team handles it all. We offer expert service, maintenance, and repairs to keep your roof in peak condition. Call 915-881-4446. From rooftop to bleachers, Mountain Star Roofing stands with UTEP.
In for a good finish here from the Sun Bowl. New Mexico State putting together a 12-play, 67-yard drive that results in another chip shot field goal to reclaim the lead. 27-24 our score with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to play. And now the pressure swings back to the UTEP offense, who finally was able to put together a scoring drive their last time out. Looking to do more of the same on this next possession. And this time you're going to get a fair catch called for and made. I don't think Nick Henry wants anything to do with this New Mexico State kick coverage team. He's had enough. So that will result in UTEP getting the football at the 25-yard line. We saw Skylar Locklear doing big things with his legs. Last time we saw this offense out on the field, he's got 35 yards on the ground. Ashton Emery, 180 yards on the ground. This UTEP offense has rushed for 244 yards in this football game. Locklear has the snap, gonna dump it to Emery. How about that? Ashton Emery with the reception with that soft cast on the left hand, showing soft hands.
Yeah, this is a good job. Easy completion, easy read for Skylar Locklear. Ashton Emery was open now. He gives it to him on the arrow route. Move the chains, stay in front of the chains. That's going to be big this fourth quarter.
That was Schutz, the motion man. Now Emery, misdirection to Emery. Emery bounces off of one tackler but had nowhere to go. Maybe even a loss of one on the play. It's going to set up a third down as you had Burnock Aya on the tackle for the Aggies.
Yeah, that was a great job by the defensive front, just plugging up any type of hole that was there in between the tackles.
This is a big third down now. UTEP will reset the offense here. 3rd and 5 from their own 30-yard line. Schutz in motion. The give to Emery. Emery stopped initially, and then a whole host of Aggies coming through on the second effort by Emery. Absolutely nowhere to go, and that's Ashton
Timeout on the
Emery
field
now
for
down,
injury to the offense.
immediately grabbing that right knee. That was Cole Schnagoki on the initial contact, and then you had 5 or 6 New Mexico State Aggies swarming to the football for the stop, but the attention now goes to Ashton Emery, who's just been excellent in this football game. Looking at that left knee. Got Scotty Walden out there checking on his tailback. Ashton Emery, a redshirt freshman out of Dallas, Texas, has done the heavy lifting for UTEP on the ground this season. He's been really good in this football game, 179 yards and a touchdown. And you can see really reluctant to put pressure on that leg. He'll slowly come off the field, and UTEP will send on the punting unit.
It's tough to anytime you see somebody go down, but I'm glad that he's able to walk off
So Noah Botsford will come on to punt for the Miners. TK King with his heels at the 20-yard line is back to receive it for the Aggies. Low snap, Botsford able to pick it up off the ground. Punt is away, and TK King is going to have what I thought was a chance to return it. Looked like more like a safe return, so just didn't have any type of coverage out there, any type of blocking. Actually, TK King not back. That was TJ Pride on the fair catch, and the Aggies will have the football back at their own 23 when we return. Another big-time stop for this New Mexico State defense, giving the ball back to their offense with an opportunity to come away with points. Leading 27-24, and we have another stoppage here. Another UTEP Miner is down on the field. This we haven't seen a play since that punt. I can't tell quite who is down for the Miners. But you got the whole training staff out and this whole defensive unit. I don't see Micah Davey out there. I'm wondering if that's Davey who's down. Looks like 48. And I think that is Micah Davey. Or is it 46? Nope, that's Micah Davey. Micah Davey, the injured Miner, will come off slowly, and that's a big hit for the Miner defense. Of course, one of the leading tacklers, not just in Conference USA, he is the leading tackler in Conference USA, but one of the leader tacklers in the entire country. He's gonna head to the blue tent. Just checking him out. That looked not even to happen during a play, is the give there to Callaway. Callaway is near the 30-yard line, gain of 6 on the play. So an opportunity here for the New Mexico State offense to really try and put themselves ahead. You get a touchdown here, you make it a 2-score game. The defense has done their job. Aggie offense with an opportunity to get points and also take some time off the clock as the give goes to Callaway. Callaway trying to bounce it outside, and if it wasn't for that tackle by Jaden Wilson, he would have had big yardage up the NMSU sideline.
Yeah, that negated an explosive play for sure by Jaden Wilson. Good job with his eyes in the backfield, coming downhill, making that tackle.
There was no one else on that far sideline. And now it's 3rd and 2. Ball on the 31-yard line of New Mexico State. Miners bringing pressure. Throw, completion. That's TK King doing the tightrope on the UTEP sideline. He's got first down yardage and more. Adam DeMonte finds TK King, and he'll come up with 11 yards. He needed 2 on the play, and it's a New Mexico State first down.
Poised and in control. Every time DeMonte's had to roll out, I love his arm action, throwing on the run. Put the ball on the money.
The give here to Callaway. Callaway is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Good to see Micah Davey back out there for the Miners in on that stop as we hit the 7-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Time maybe not necessarily an issue now, but if UTEP gives up points, all of a sudden it becomes an issue. If you give New Mexico State an opportunity here to string together a couple more first downs, you're going to get that clock bleeding all the way inside 4 minutes. 2nd and 7. DeMonte back to pass, has the completion. That's going to be another New Mexico State first down. Ball is out, but Fappel back on it. Donovan Fappel on the catch and
Ruling
run.
on the field is a completed pass, followed by a fumble, recovered by the offense, first down, New Mexico State.
There you get the call, and you got a growing contention here. This is the northeast side of the stands at Sun Bowl Stadium. Tarps are off. Going crazy here in the Battle of I-10. Mentioned just under 17,000 in attendance for this one. Another new set of downs for New Mexico State. Callaway breaks a tackle and is going to come away with positive yardage on that play. Cody Lowe on the tackle after a gain of, call it 3 yards. 2nd and 7. New Mexico State rushed for 168 yards on this final home game for UTEP at Sun Bowl Stadium. DeMonte is thrown for 203 yards. There you see, working that game clock. Once again, that's Callaway on the carry. Good looking tackle. Once again, that was Micah Davey. Has a nose for the football, leads the SBS in solo tackles. Another one there for Davey, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6, clock under 5 minutes to go. A big 3rd down here for both of these squads.
I like that they're being conservative, easy throws, nice simple runs. NMSU cannot turn the football over here.
Miners showing pressure. They bring 5. DeMonte hit right as he throws it, nearly intercepted. And the Miners coming up with the stop on defense. Solo Barnes nearly coming away with the interception, and DeMonte was absolutely rocked. Miners bringing 5 on that play. Had a free man teeing off on DeMonte. That was Lance Russell on the blitz.
He was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, got to keep an eye on DeMonte, who was slow to get up. Here's the punt. Fair catch wave for, and it's going to be made at the 2. Maybe the 2.5 yard line. I don't understand that if you're Nick Henry. At least give yourself a chance for that to be New Mexico State making a play inside the 5. Nonetheless, UTEP has the football back, down 3. The shirtless contention here at Sun Bowl Stadium continues to grow. Maybe call that the rally towel. UTEP needs to rally from 3 points down, 4:19 to play, and they got 97 yards of field in front of them. Really interesting to see Henry call fair catch there inside the 5-yard line. I know typically it's been your heels at the 10, let that special teams unit make a play. That's maybe gone to the 7 or the 8-yard line in recent years, but certainly not inside the 5.
Yeah, definitely tough place to start coming out. Look for something quick to give UTEP offense some room here in the end zone.
Locklear, quick hitter, completed to Odom. Odom across the 10-yard line and able to get out of the shadows of their own goalpost. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd and 3. Plenty of time to put together a drive to at least tie it, if not take the lead. But you got to string together some first downs, and this is not going to be first down yardage here, as the Aggies swarm to the football, and McCoy is tackled 2 yards short of the first down marker. So 3rd and 1 as we approach 3.5 to play in the 4th quarter. New Mexico State 27, UTEP 24. Both of these teams looking to come away with bragging rights in the 102nd Battle of I-10. Emery, second effort is going to have him the first down. I'll tell you what, Emery was met in the backfield, and that last little spin move kind of able to come away from that one. Take a look at this.
Yeah, it's his second effort. There goes an initial contact there, but he still is able to drive his feet and lean backwards to get the first down. Great job, great execution.
Kind of just spinned out of that tackle, and then, yeah, you're right, the lean back. Second effort has first down yardage. Locklear, completion to Odom. Odom trying to get upfield, unable to do so. Good looking open field tackle there by Hale. It's a pickup of 4 for the Miners. As we approach the 2-minute mark, Aggies bring pressure. Locklear going to take a shot over the top, and just too tall for his intended target. Was looking for Jalen Brown on that play and just overshot him. Aggies had the coverage on the play with Rodriguez Brown.
Yeah, vertical route down the outside. I'd like to see this ball a little higher, which is tough to do with the wind swirling down there in the Sun Bowl, but just over the outreach hands of his receiver.
Now you got 3rd and 6, and with the clock all the way down at 2:14, this is a big one. Locklear going to call his own play, and he is stuck right at the 20-yard line. He was hit hard on that play, and Locklear a little slow to get up.
Yeah, I think that was number 4, Nate
This
Mitchell.
is the 2-minute timeout.
That takes us to the 2-minute timeout, and a big decision here for UTEP on a 4th and 4 from their own 20, down 3 points. 2 minutes to play here at Sun Bowl Stadium. UTEP is going to keep the offense out here on a 4th and 4. Really surprising to see. They had the ball on their own 3-yard line, so the odds were stacked against them, but it took 2 minutes and 15 seconds off the game clock. A lot of time, and you've only gotten 1 first down so far, and this is a big one. Got to have it here if you're UTEP. That shoots in motion for the Miners. Here we go. You get a whistle. I don't understand this at all.
Timeout. UTEP, their first of the half.
So here was my thought in going for it, Ed. You go for it here on 4th and 4. You don't get it, but you have all 3 timeouts. You stop New Mexico State deep in your own territory, hold them to a field goal. You'll still have minute 15, minute 20 if you had all 3 of those timeouts with a chance to go win it with a touchdown. You use one of those timeouts now. Now you're talking still with that same opportunity, but 40 less seconds on the game clock.
Right, yeah, and it looks like there wasn't a play called. They were just trying to get the offsides penalty. Let's see what Scotty Walden has dialed up. Haven't seen any trick plays yet this game. This seems a prime opportunity for them to get this first down.
Now you almost have to have it. That's Davis in motion. Locklear back to pass. Here comes the pressure across the middle. They got the first down. Had to have it. That was Kenny Odom on the completion. And a new set of downs for the UTEP offense. And I tell you what, you take a timeout in that situation, you better get the first down, and they do.
Yeah, I like the play call there. Stretch them laterally, Odom over the middle. Nice, easy, high percentage throw. Enough distance to get the first down.
UTEP offense got to have a little more urgency right now as Locklear back to throw, pressured, trying to spin out of pressure, unable to do so, but you're going to get a host of New Mexico State Aggies flagged on this play. That was Tuitama who had the sack. I'm not sure who got hold of what looked to be the face mask. There it is, it was Tuitama. Really tough break here for New Mexico State.
Personal foul, face mask, number 54, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. UTEP has elected to start the game clock on the snap. Game clock will start on the snap.
15-yard penalty. Will take the ball all the way to the UTEP 39-yard line. Certainly a big one there. As New Mexico State on the sack had him pinned back once again. Instead, Miners with a new set of downs now from their own 39-yard line. 1:34 to play. Shoots in motion, left to right, setting up the screen now, trying to take a chance down the field. Instead has to get it to Odom. Odom now on the far sideline is going to get out of bounds after a pickup of 5 on the play. So all of that for 5 yards. Looked like, Ed, they were almost like faking that screen, trying to take a shot down the field, and then just ended up having to dump it down.
Yeah, it looks like it was a bubble and go. You could see Skylar there, pump faking. It's not there, and he does the right thing and gets it out to Odom for a small gain for a second down.
Clock does stop at 1:27 to play. Hassan Wilson in the backfield with Locklear, who's going to roll out to his left, sets his feet, throws, and that ball, I don't know if was that tipped.
Yeah, that looks like that was tipped by Cole Snageti. Snagoki.
So now a 3rd and 7. Interesting. You always see, especially for a right-handed quarterback, always tough to roll out to your left. Locklear looked like he did a good job of setting his feet and throwing. Just a better play on defense. 3rd and 6, 1:22 to play. Wilson motions into the backfield. New Mexico State shows pressure, a whistle, and you're going to get a pre-snap penalty on the Miners. This is the type of stuff that kills you.
Yeah, penalties.
Illegal snap. Number 53, offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That was called on the center, Escobar. There you get a look at Tanner Cragen. If UTEP can give him an opportunity to tie it, his long this season, 38 yards. So the Miners, they got some work to do to try to get Cragen in field goal territory. 3rd and 11. Once again, Locklear rolling to his left, trying to find an open receiver, will dump it down to Wilson. Wilson has that ball go through his hands. It's incomplete, and now it is 4th down and 11. And this, with just 2 timeouts remaining for UTEP, this could be your ball game here. Understand there, you make that catch and it's a 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 11. UTEP has to have it. 3 receivers, bottom of your screen. Single wide to the top of your screen. Wilson is the up back. You got a whistle, and I think you're getting a timeout here called by New Mexico State.
I'd be up there, but I'm working.
Timeout. New Mexico State, their first of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Tony Sanchez knows how important this 4th down is. He'll take a timeout, get his defense together, looking to come up with a stop here on 4th down.
UTEP had trips, wide receivers with the lone wide receiver backside. It looks like he was man-to-man, and as soon as Sanchez saw that, the timeout came in. UTEP trying to isolate, get that one-on-one coverage for that deep ball downfield to get this 1st down.
That timeout that UTEP called earlier on this drive, it comes into play once again here because you say UTEP, let's say they don't make this 4th down. There's still an opportunity for them to maybe get the football back if they hold New Mexico State to a field goal, but not a lot of time if they do get it back. So you just have to have this here on 4th and 11. 3 receivers, bottom of your screen. Locklear has the snap. NMSU rushes 4. A shot down the field, back shoulder, and it is going to be caught. Caught on the play by Jalen Brown as he was falling to the ground. And UTEP not only has the 1st down, they're now in field goal territory inside the New Mexico State 30. 34 yards on that connection from Locklear to Brown, and now you're going to get an official review.
The ruling on the field was a completed pass.
Well, that's exactly what I thought UTEP was going to do. And the reason why NMSU called a timeout, but nonetheless, UTEP comes back out and makes that completion backside. Safety was not there over the top. One-on-one coverage, a little underthrown, but perfectly executed for the big 1st down.
I almost wonder if Locklear meant to underthrow that pass to give his receiver an opportunity to kind of come back to the football. You saw Brown able to make the sliding grab, but some tense moments here as the officials are taking another look at this one. Hard to tell from that angle if he was able to get his 2 hands underneath the football. Here's a second look. I don't see anything there that would make you think that that is an incomplete pass. You see the New Mexico State sideline too.
Great job by camera crew getting that angle.
You know, if the Aggie bench wasn't screaming and shouting incomplete pass, you know he caught it. And it looks like the ruling is going to be upheld. So UTEP with a massive 4th down conversion, 34 yards on the pass from Skylar Locklear to Jalen Brown. And with the ball on the 29-yard line, in the very least, UTEP is going to have an opportunity to tie this football game. But you know, head coach Scotty Walden, Skylar Locklear, this group of seniors for UTEP, they're not thinking tie, they're thinking let's go out and win this sucker.
Yeah, the message all week was
After
to
review,
send these seniors out
the ruling
right
of a
way.
catch is upheld.
And the only way,
First down, UTEP.
and the only right way is coming out of this game with a victory.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 12 seconds. 1, 1, 2. Also, please reset the play clock to 40 seconds. They both will start on my signal.
There you get the explanation from our referee. So the play is upheld. They put 1:12 back on the game clock. And the Miners in business. From here, it would be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. So, you know, the Miners trying to get at least something more to give this a more manageable shot, but certainly thinking touchdown with 2 timeouts and 1:03 to play. Locklear back to pass, NMSU rushes 4, Locklear to the end zone, and it is caught! Kenny Odom! Back shoulder, Skylar Locklear finds Kenny Odom for the go-ahead touchdown, 28 yards, and the Miners have reclaimed the lead. Are you kidding me?
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Kenny Odom with the touchdown grab. Wheel route down the sideline, back shoulder throw on the dot by Skylar Locklear. That is a big explosive play, something that Scotty Walden has wanted from his team today in this rivalry game.
Back-to-back throws from Skylar Locklear, just perfectly placed. That's a one-handed grab. Kenny Odom, are you serious?
You got mossed.
5th touchdown of the season for Kenny Odom, and I don't think any of them were any bigger than that one right there. But one-handed grab, and what's significant here, Ed, is the touchdown puts them up 4, so now if you're New Mexico State, certainly time on the clock, you have time, but you need a touchdown, and you have 2 timeouts to work with.
Well, that and you have a quarterback in his first start having to operate this 2-minute offense with 56 seconds on the clock. That's a lot of pressure to put on your signal caller.
I tell you what, you pull it off, you're a Las Cruces legend.
Automatic.
Kickoff is deep. They'll go through the back of the end zone for a touchback, and now New Mexico State's offense will come out onto the field, 75 yards. That's what they need to come up with a win in the 102nd Battle of I-10. Adam DeMonte, the quarterback, trying to engineer this drive with under a minute to play. As the crowd comes to life here at Sun Bowl Stadium, look for DeMonte to look in the direction, as he has all day, to Donovan Fapel. That is Johnson in motion. DeMonte back to pass, looking across the middle of the field. Big pickup here for New Mexico State. Had to have it. That was TK King on the reception. And the Aggies hurry up to the line of scrimmage after a gain of 21 yards.
Absolute dime with the post across the middle. Excellent.
DeMonte throwing to the far sideline, has the completion to Johnson. Did Johnson get out of bounds? They will signal him out of bounds. So the clock does stop. And Johnson now goes
Timeout
down.
on the field for injuries to both teams.
Looking at his left leg, you see Sanchez telling him to get off the field because it cost him a timeout for the injury. But you also have a UTEP player who's down.
I am so impressed with Adam DeMonte in those last 2 throws. Those are long yardage strikes that he put on the money.
So the UTEP training staff is now out. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 37 seconds to play in this one. UTEP leading by 4. And that's, once again, that's Micah Davey who is down for the Miners, the nation's leading tackler. Looks like Davies favoring that right leg. So Adam DeMonte has the Aggies on the move. 2 big-time completions, the 21-yarder to TK King, and then the first down dart to Johnson. Has the Aggies in
Clock
business.
operator, please reset the game clock to 39 seconds. 3-9 on the game clock, please. Thank you.
They'll reset the game clock to 39 seconds.
The game clock will start on my signal.
DeMonte in this game completing 71% of his throws. Excellent in his first start here for the Aggies. Game clock will start on the official signal. So the Aggies got to get up and go. Here we go. DeMonte back to pass, looking for that far sideline again. That's Fappel. Fappel didn't hang on to it. Fappel thought he had it. Tony Sanchez thought he had it.
I like the location where DeMonte put that ball away from the defender.
The pass was incomplete. The play is under further review.
They're going to take another look at this one on the sideline with Donovan Fappel, and whether or not, and if this ends up being a completion, this almost works out even better for New Mexico State, because it was called incomplete on the field, the clock stops. Had he been ruled to have caught that pass, of course you either got to call the timeout there or the clock runs dangerously close to triple zeros. I imagine they would have called the timeout in that situation, so it almost saves Tony Sanchez a timeout there. Let's get another look at the replay. Close.
Does he keep his hands underneath?
I think
yeah,
so.
He does.
That's a catch.
He does.
You saw the way that Fappel popped up after that and was pretty shocked that it wasn't ruled a reception. So this will be overturned. Be second and maybe 2, I think, from that spot. And then, of course, the game clock will start on the official. And you get New Mexico State almost a free second down play without having to use the timeout on that completion. New Mexico State with 426 yards of total offense in this game. 169 yards on the ground, 257 yards through the air. Needing a touchdown here to claim victory in the Battle of I-10.
I tell
Likely
you,
the last meeting between these two programs for quite some time.
I tell you what, this is the moments that young football players dream of, to be in a situation like they're in here on UTEP, being on the defense, being on the field now, trying to get them off of the field. And for NMSU and Adam DeMonte, your first college start, having the opportunity to take your team down the field and tie this ball game up.
Of course, in the Battle of I-10, it's not only it's a trophy game, it's actually a 2-trophy game, as I Saw a little bit earlier, you had the silver spade and the brass spitton, also known as the Mayor's Cup. Out here, UTEP, of course, leads this series with New Mexico State. Won it last year, and head coach Scotty Walden's first taste of this rivalry game. Of course, Tony Sanchez also in his first year as the head coach of New Mexico State, but as a so this play is actually going to be reversed, but it'll be a catch, if I'm not mistaken here.
After review, the receiver caught the pass. He was short of the line to gain by a half yard. The ball will be placed at the 34.5-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 35 seconds. New Mexico State has elected to take a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. It'll be second down, timeout, New Mexico State.
So it doesn't end up saving New Mexico State the timeout. Of course, you got the rule there where you have the 10-second runoff. I thought they maybe had the option to start the game clock on the official signal, but not able to do that. They do get a couple seconds back on the clock. It's 2nd and 1, 35 seconds remaining, one timeout for New Mexico State. DeMonte is going to give on the play, and some running room cutting inside the 10-yard line. That was DeJon Stanley. Nobody expected that, and Stanley rumbles and stumbles for 25 yards, and New Mexico State's in business from the UTEP 11-yard line. And now you're going to get a timeout.
UTEP.
Called by UTEP, as they were absolutely stunned on that play.
He got up to that second level so fast. Credit to the offensive
the
line.
game clock to 28 seconds. 2-8 on the game clock, please.
Inside run.
Timeout UTEP.
My goodness, and actually down to the 10-yard line, they just took the chains off the field, so this is a 1st and goal opportunity for New Mexico State, so no chance at a first down here, and with 28 seconds left, one timeout, you get 4 cracks.
Correction, please reset the game clock to 30 seconds. 3-0 on the game clock. Thank you.
Make that 30 seconds. You have 4 tries to win the Battle of I-10. Would you want it any other way?
Rivalry game. Throw your gloves off, Andy. Here we go.
Miners showing pressure. DeMonte has the snap, looking back of the end zone, was looking for Fappel, and Fappel and DeMonte just not on the same page there.
Yeah, DeMonte had to get rid of this ball quick because of the pressure, and Fappel just couldn't find it and locate it.
So now 2nd and goal, 27 seconds on the game clock. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. You wonder here if New Mexico State tries to catch UTEP by surprise, and maybe another inside run to Stanley here. Gonna throw it with DeMonte. DeMonte steps up, back of the end zone, 1 foot down, caught for the touchdown, TK King. And just like that, New Mexico State has jumped back on top of UTEP. Adam DeMonte, in his first start for New Mexico State, finds TK King in the back of the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown with just 21 seconds to play. 10 yards on that hookup.
DeMonte absolutely threw that ball in there with conviction, and TK King with the body in there, awareness to catch the ball and get the foot down for the touchdown. That is beautiful football being executed out there.
Call is confirmed on the field. TK King coming up huge for New Mexico State. Barker is on for the extra point. It is up and good. And New Mexico State back out on top by 3. How about this dart? And a great job there by King, not only to catch the football, know where he's at in the back of the end zone, gets the foot down. Looks like he actually got both feet inbounds for the score.
Really impressive drive by Adam DeMonte and the rest of this NMSU offense to drive down the field and cap it off with a touchdown to take the lead. Impressive.
So 21 seconds now. UTEP down 3 with 1 timeout. Certainly the odds stacked against you, but we talk about special teams.
17 is now 85. 17 is 85 for UTEP.
A big part of these rivalry football games and both special teams units trying to come up with a play here. Henry back deep to receive the kick. Fair catch is called for and made. And so UTEP will start out with the football at the 25-yard line. And I think they need at least 40 yards here to try and give Cragen an opportunity to tie this football game.
Yeah, and look for NMSU secondary. Remember, this defense is top in the nation with their takeaways. They want to stay behind, not get beat deep, keep the ball and the completions in front of them.
Locklear has the snap, steps up, trying to throw it down the middle of the field, nearly intercepted. Nearly coming up with that one was Nate Mitchell. It's incomplete, 15 seconds to go. Locklear hit on the play too. Now you almost need some sort of trick play where you get the crossers and then the pitch back.
Hook and ladder.
UTEP has got to get creative here. Snap. Locklear nearly loses his footing, steps up, throws it down the sideline, tipped, incomplete. Was looking for Wandame Davis, and now with just 8 seconds to play, the Miners are running out of options. UTEP at one point led 21-0 in this football game. Now staring at their 9th loss of the season. They're going to get Scotty Walden taking his timeout here.
Timeout, UTEP, their 3rd and final of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
And so you know this is solely to try and come away with some sort of play to try and get in the end zone, not even set up a field goal, just because now 8 seconds on the game clock, no timeouts. There's just no way to get 40 yards down the field in 8 seconds, or really has to be 7 seconds and out of bounds. See Tony Sanchez making sure his defensive unit on the same page, and this unit has been excellent. Through the last 3 quarters, they've given up just 10 points in the last 3 quarters. This is interesting here. You have Shea Smith, that's a quarterback on this UTEP roster. Skylar Locklear still gonna take the snap. See if maybe you get a couple different throwbacks here. There's the completion to Schutz, the pitch, another pitch, this time to Shea Smith, gonna throw it back across the field to Locklear. That's still a live football. The pitch to Skylar Locklear. Locklear's got some room around the sidelines. You got penalty markers down. Whether it's a block in the back, whether it's an illegal forward pass, it doesn't matter. I think that's gonna be the last play of the football game. Tony Sanchez thinks it's the last play of the football game. Officials trying to give themselves some space to talk this one out.
I'm still trying to process what I just watched, Andy.
Actually, it was a decent play design.
It was.
I mean, that's why you brought Shea Smith in that formation, was that second throwback. But that was after 2 laterals, and the throwback to Locklear, that was behind the line of scrimmage.
The result of the play is a fumble out of bounds. During the play, personal foul, legal blindside block. Number 53, offense. That penalty is declined. The game is over.
The game is over. And the New Mexico State Aggies have come from behind 21 points down in that opening quarter to come back and beat the UTEP Miners on a 10-yard touchdown toss to TK King. And that was the game winner as the Silver Spade and the Brass Spittin' will go back to Las Cruces, New Mexico.
I can't say enough good things about what we saw in Adam DeMonte, 6'2", 195 pounds, out of Gilbert, Arizona, getting his first collegiate start. 70% completion rate tonight. Aside from that tipped interception in the first quarter, he was dialed in and on the money, moving the ball downfield. He looked like a veteran quarterback out there.
Yeah, 29 of 41, 253 yards through the air, those 3 touchdown passes. He was excellent, poised under pressure, especially on that game-winning drive, and found TK King for the touchdown as Paige Wood is down with head coach Tony Sanchez.
Coach, all season long you've been emphasizing trying to close out a game, and you did it in arguably the most important one. What did it take?
I tell you what, I'm so proud of our guys and their grit. We've been here so many times this year. I mean, having 3 games end on the last play when you come up with, on the opposite end of it, I feel for Scotty and his guys. They played their tails off. They made some great plays at the end. So, I mean, they got a lot of grit too, I'm just really happy for our guys right now. I mean, it's just, it's been a long season, and, I told the guys before the week, I want to go into this off season with the pain of what could have been, right? But we needed to take care of today, and then we got next week coming up. So really happy for the guys. It's great to go get the brass platoon like I did when I played here.
Coach, a little bit of a slow start there. What was the message to your team at halftime that got them that momentum to close this one out?
Yeah, I mean, getting down 21-0 right away, I mean, that's, that's unacceptable. We obviously got to talk about it. We got a week to fix that stuff. And, we're very fortunate that we were able to dig ourselves back in. But the one thing is, we've been here so many times that, when we got down, our kids, they don't ever really worry about it. They're just like, hey, play the next play, and all of a sudden you chip away. You got a tie halftime game, get the field goal to go ahead. And I thought we had a real big missed opportunity when we got the ball back before they went down and scored. I mean, we want to close that game out, and we weren't able to do it. So, again, I'm just happy with the outcome.
Coach, congratulations on the 102nd win of the Battle of I-10. This has to mean so much to you. I'm sure you're so excited to go celebrate it with your teams. So congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate you. Go Aggies.
Coach Sanchez, thank you so much. Our thanks to Paige Wood, as you just heard it. The brass spittoon, the silver spade, going back to Las Cruces, New Mexico, as the Aggies win the 102nd Battle of I-10. And who knows how long the brass spittoon and silver spade will stay in Las Cruces. Of course, this being the final matchup in the Battle of I-10 for quite some time. Once again, our final here from the Sun Bowl Stadium in El Paso, Texas. New Mexico State 34, UTEP 31. I'm Andy Morgan for Ed Stansberry and Paige Wood, and our entire crew here working the sidelines, saying so long from the Don Haskins Center.